catch them. There we go. There is your last match stop fragger. Let's get in here. So we're coming in from the north side of Impala in the Impala Islands, going across the north side of Leones, south of Chumacera, and minus the Valle. Valle del Mar is to the north of this flight path. We are going all the way down to the prison. These flight paths do not get much farther south than this. A lot of these teams love these northern areas, so they're going to have to find some early cars and get on moving. Man, let's see what's going on with the first few jumping up. Benny Wallace, see you for the 7 deadly sins. They're headed up over to the truck stop, and I think that's Alpha 4 Legend right there along with them. Do see right underneath, yes, it is Alpha 4 Legend. We got the Silver Spurs jumping with the Avalanche, headed over to minus Generalis. 7 deadly sins down in 7 deadly sins down in Impala. We've got the Gujarat Lions headed down to Puerto Aparicio. I see the Infinity Reapers right here on top of the Apex Predators. Let's head on over here because Home Depot with Region 8 are doing just fine. So let's get into this fight. Find out what's happening. I'll keep an eye on the map and I'll show it to you. So, ooh, Rags! Rags with the explosive bow! How often do we get to see that? And they are still coming right up and in. Lulu has been knocked. We should be able to get him picked back up, but the Apex Predators are down and our first zone does pop, and we're going all the way to that northwest edge. We have La Cabarilla, El Pozo, San Martin, all the way down to just that northwest edge of Leones and Chumacera. And Home Depot just now landed. That's crazy. Alright, so let's see what else is going on. We do have another fight right on over here. Let's find out what's happening with Kill the Ops and Team 12 across the way, Undisputed. So let me go ahead and put those on the side by side so we can at least catch a couple of these fights. You can see that they're across the street, but Rags does not get that elimination, even though that was the first initial knock with the crossbow. And now it does look like the Accidental Pros are in the fight with the Zoo. Let me see if I can figure out where that is. Rags is getting pushed up on, and it's really quiet over in Valle del Mar, so let me check in on where the Accidental Pros and Zoo, because we do have oh, we've already lost Vert for the Accidental, or for Zoo. For my YouTube chat, we did lose one at the Zoo, so let's go. Let me see what else is happening. We do have Alpha 4 Legend over here in a fight with, oh, Benny Wall. Benny Wall's already been taken down over in that truck stop area. So let's see what's going on. Let me get Gil on the screen because I know that a lot of you in my YouTube chat are always calling out for Gil. And the Apex Predator Void goes down, and Marco, that nade bouncing, kind of odd. Rags, is that exactly where you wanted it? Oh, it's a smoke, I see. So Rags coming out and oh, Rags does get knocked, and so Lou up at the top, trying to get those shots down on top of them. And we do get Nighty going down. We're going to try to get Nighty picked back up as a Lulu. As here comes the rest of them. I think Lulu coming out without a helmet. Look at this. He's not excited about pushing up and in. We still have the fight over on the right side at the truck stop. So let's see. We did get that res off, and we still have all 4 of them still standing from the Apex Predators as well. Apex Predators, it looks like they're going to go ahead and back off. So let me go ahead and put this map screen back up there, show you show you guys where we are. We do have a lot of fights going on. I want to try to catch as many of them as possible. And this is the final weeks of winter finals for the North America's Best Stars. And let's head on over to the Accidental Pros. The Accidental Pros also in a fight over here with Zoo. So now let's see what's going on. The Accidental Pros are down to just a duo. Let me see what else I can show you on the screen. It looks like we've got Homeless pushing up on the Vatic over in El Pozo as well. Look at all these fights that are going off. We've got 3 or 4 fights. We've got a fight about to start in El Pozo. We've got a fight down that Ladrilla area. We've got a fight over in Villa Del Mar Zoo. Hello everyone and happy Sunday night. We are with the North America's Best Stars. This is the $300 Revival Tournament. This is the survival stage. 2 teams out of this entire lobby will be going to finals on Tuesday. Only the top 2. It is going to be insane. So let's get through these slots. In slot 3, Titanfall. Slot 4, Rapid Moon. Slot 5, Team Mana. Slot 6, Signed 2 God. Slot 7, Game Over. Slot 8, Brick by Brick. Slot 9, Team Entity. Slot 10, Fate Esports. Slot 11, The 4 Brothers. Slot 12, F5 Esports. Slot 13, Killer Goats Silver. Silver. 14, Not So Good Games. 15, The Panthers. 16, Made in Nepal. 17, Team Control. 18, Silent Esports. 19, The Chosen. 20, Velocity. 21, Alpha 4 Legend. 22, Arazil Esports. There we go. Sis, what are you commenting? What am I commenting? I am commenting on these teams right here. Nobody. Hello, welcome to the stream. We are getting ready to do top 2 out of this lobby, moving to finals. It is going to be crazy. Now, what I want you guys to do is let me know, who do you think the top 2 will be? This is a very sweaty lobby. I expect to see some really high scores out of this. I think each and every map, we'll have 5 maps tonight. Erangel, Miramar, Rondo, back to Miramar, and then finishing off in Erangel. I think each one of them we will have over 20 points for the winner of each match. That is my guess on what is going to be happening tonight. Where are you, Burnt Penguin? I see your Alpha 4 Legend. Let me see you out there. Alright, let's go. Hello, Nuxify, Emperador. Emperador. There we go. Emperador. Got the Sex Flakes over here. The Great Gatsby on the 4 Bros. Let's go. Hello. We're getting in there. Everybody's just about in their seat. We are after a hard start already, so we shouldn't be that much longer. I keep wanting to... Oh, there's my Mutant Grape coming on in. Almost 2 minutes late. Come on, Mr. Grape. Grape. How's everybody's weekend been? Did you guys have a good weekend? Whew, it's been a weekend. Let me tell you. Let me check on this. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. We'll fix that later. Blah, 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 blah. Had a pretty good weekend. Had its ups and downs for sure. Didn't have any power for 36 hours. And the thunderstorms and windstorms are coming back. So if I suddenly disappear tonight, it all goes blank and I don't come back, I'm out of power again for who knows how long this time. Could not believe it. Spring is so difficult here. Whew. Alright, so we're 2 minutes past hard start. I don't see him saying anything just yet, but I assume that we're still waiting for the teams to load on in. Oh, there we go. Match starts in 15 seconds. No one actually said who they are here to see. Let me know in the chat. Who are you here to see? Which is your team? We got so many good teams. 11. Ooh, is that you? Is that you, 11 in Titanfall? Is that you who I see? Alright. Let's see. Definitely 7. It says 11. Ooh. So let's jump with 11. Ooh. I think this is my friend. My friend. Alright, here we go. Lean PUBG Mobile 2026 theme song now, because we don't want any copyright issues. No, thank you. Here we go. First flight path up tonight. We're coming in from that southern side of Sosnovka military base, going just to the east of the West Bridge, up and over the 12 pack, between Gaka, Pachinki, Hospital ruins, and right over the top of that North George area, all the way to the Zarky Farm. So we'll be dumping our AFKs off there, some chicky nuggies. We'll have to see what happens when we finish our flight path. If there's some early fights, I will try to get over to the fights, guys, but hello, 11 or 7, but 11. Hello, is this you? Am I jumping with you? Are you headed to the farm right now? You got a lot of people with you. You do have the Rapid Moons, Alpha 4 Legend, and Arazil right there with you. So we do have a couple teams down in the military base. Hello, Mohammed. Hello, big fan, Mohammed. We've got 2 teams down in the military base. We've got Signed to God team. Oh, no. It is F5 Esports. I saw the ST right here, but it is F5 Esports over here with Signed to God. There's Signed to God right there, Mahal. Alright, 11. Alright, what you gonna do? As soon as the zone pops, I will go ahead and put it up on the main screen. But for now, I want to make sure that we all know where that first zone is, and our first zone should pop right now. Let's go. Come on, show us that. And it's all the way over to that western edge. So now, let's get on in here. Let's get 11 on the screen, and let's see what else is happening. I do think that 11 is going to be fine. Zooming in on the map. Let me see if I can do it this way so you can see the map. Yeah, I'll do it this way. You can see that we do have several teams right over here. We do have Alpha 4 Legend. We've got the Rapid Moon. We've got Mana Team 5 all the way over on that East Bridge. But you can see that we also have some chaos going up over here, along with Team Fate and the Panther. So we'll do a side-by-side because they're right on top of each other. Rapid Moon Ooh, Dill right there in front of 11. 11, Uwu is running right up onto Dill, and he just got a knock over onto someone. So we'll stick here with 11 for a minute because he is pushing. We'll see if a Rapid Moon looks out that window to happen to see that 11 is coming up. He's only got, let's go Vatic. Vatic's not in this lobby. This is the survival stage. We'll see Vatic on Tuesday. Pick a new team for tonight, tomorrow. We have several good teams in here. Alright, so it does look like Titanfall still pushing right up and over there. Now they are looking over at Team 22 as Real Esports. And now over on the other side, we also have the Panthers getting pushed up and over here by Team Fate, and the Panthers are only a trio, so the Panthers need to watch their backs. And let's see, we also have another fight with Team Entity. Where's this fight going on with Team Entity? Man, here we go. It looks like 11. Carnage is already up to 2 eliminations, and I do think that is it for Team 22. Arazil. Let's go. Let's see. Where is Team Entity? Oh, right on down here. Is that it? Let's see what's happening. Oh, I clicked on the wrong person. Let's see. Team Entity. What happened with you? Team Entity down to just a duo now. Let me check in on the map. Let's find out what's happening with the rest of it. I did scroll in. Sorry about that. Give you guys a chance to see. It does look like Titanfall is being very aggressive this match, but we also have Rapid Moon rushing over here right into Team Mana. So Rapid Moon are down to just a duo over here, and they are both hurting for supplies. And it looks like there's one over on that ridge line from, yep, right there. That was Mana coming out and around. So now we're down to just Cav. There we go. Click a few more times. Hello, Alpha 4 Legend Green. There you are, Vatic playing. Don't you start arguing. Alright, let's get Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend seems to be doing just fine. Cav, the 4-man push, but now we have Titanfall coming right back up and over. Titanfall heard all that chaos, wants to come up and into this third party. Let me check in over onto Alpha 4 Legends. Should go ahead and put him up there. He's not too far away, Burnt Penguin, from Titanfall that's coming up, so they're not that far apart. Now, there you go. They're over at the farm, so you can see that they're not too far away. And now we got another fight that's going on over here with Team Control. Let's get on over to Team Control, find out what's going. Yu Shen has been knocked. Ooh, we got a couple of them that's knocked and out. And they're over here with the not so good games. So there you go. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Enjoy the weekend. Happy Sunday night for you, by the way. Thank you, Mohammed. Show us fights, please. I am trying to show you guys fights. I am trying. Let's get on down here and find out what's happening with F5. F5, we do have one that's been knocked in there coming up. Look, it's Sign to God. Sign to God, you can see all the tags right here. And Manny, ooh, we got Mahal coming in from that backside as well. And we still have to fight up in that North George or South George area between Team Control. Oh, Nick's going down. So Team Control is now down to just Scarlet. The other day I caught Scarlet on a 1v4, so let's see if Scarlet can do it one more time. Man, Manny trying to get those shots out and around onto Sign to God. Mahal coming right up on the other side of that. Go, Killer Goat Silver. Alright, 12. I will check in on that in a bit. Now, over on the F5 side, on your left side of your screen, they're still, all 4 of them still standing. But there goes one for Scarlet. Scarlet is down to about 5 HP. Still coming out with that nade. Will we see another 1v4 for Scarlet? And now F5 Manny and Cartier. The last two still standing, trying to come out and around. He's trying to get some of those eliminations. And now Cartier goes down. It is just up to Manny. Signed to God. Signed to God are no longer in this. So there we go. F5 finishing that fight off. Let's see the other fights that I was seeing going off in that background. Might be a good time now to go ahead and put this map screen back up. There you go. Here's your map screen. Give you an idea of the 13 teams we still have in here. We do have several of those teams coming in through that cube area, and look at that. We are still centering around the hospital. So now let's go and check in on the Killer Goat Silver Team 13. Let's see if I can figure out where Team 13 are. That's Team 7. But Team 7, Game Over, is having some real issues over here. He's in this shelter. He is a solo. So now let's see what is also happening over here. It looks like we're still having some chaos over in the South George area, because now we still have not so good games that just finished off Team Control, but Team Entity has come up and in. Kiddo getting 3 of those eliminations from Team Control. And while we watch that, I'm going to try to figure out just where they may be. Let's go. Let's see where they are. We do have a couple. Oh, they are all the way over on that western edge. They are all the way on the coastline. So there you go. Let me put this map screen up while we have a minute. If you look all the way over just to the west of Gaka, along that western coastline, you can find your team, the Killer Goats Silver. Ooh, Entity. Hope just finding that and being able to knock that. Let's go over and check in on Hope. Hope is up to 3 eliminations already. So now Team Entity up to 5 eliminations. Let's go ahead and get that on the screen and find out what our next fight may be, because I do see that Mana is coming up by Titanfall, and we also have the solo from Game Over trying to get out and around that OP dip area. But we also have Alpha 4 Legends right on over here. Dang it. Let me try this again. Alpha 4 Legends. Come on. Come on. I can't get. Come on. There we go. Let me put right up there on that screen. Give you guys some idea. Who are you rooting for these 5 matches screen? Oh, I don't know, Burnt Penguin. There are so many big teams in here, like your team, Alpha 4 Legend. I really expect them to be towards the top. Both teams that I have on the screen right now, actually, I expect to be near the top, if not the top 2. So we do have a lot of really good teams in here. Ninja coming up and around. I hope watching that. And Hope probably can even hear what's going on. But if you look up in this mini map, the 2 teams that we were just watching, they are on this mini map. That light green right to the southwest of Team Entity, they are Alpha 4 Legend. So, Burnt Penguin, we are light green for you today. And then for let's see, Burnt Penguin, I am not ignoring you. Let's go. Let's see who is, where did it go? Did you take it off of there? I no longer see it. I no longer see it. Alright, 12Z. Your teams are still over on this western coastline. So we'll have to keep an eye on them as well. Let's go. Let me check. I feel like Team Fate is really coming up and over here. We do have this guy right here that's getting pretty close to Alpha 4 Legends. I'm sure Alpha 4 Legend is watching over the top of these teams that are coming along this far western edge, and our zone is getting ready to pop. We do have about 40 seconds left of zone 2, and these teams are all being very careful. We still actually have a team all the way over in Yasnaya. Let me go ahead and put that up while we have a chance. We do have the, I think that is, yes, Game Over, the solo that came out of that shelter area. Ooh, Titanfall is now in the fight. Let's see, where's Titanfall? Let me see what's going on over here. Did they come up and in onto somebody? I don't see who they just got into a fight with, but they did get a knock onto someone, and I missed who it was. Alpha 4 Legend, here we go. Over onto Team Fate, and you can see that our zone just popped again. So now we're still centering around the hospital area. So now let me get that a little bit further up there, because I don't like that. There we go, guys. There we go. Alright, so here we go. It does look like Team Entity is actually going to push up on. Let me get on over here to Hope, because Hope is getting pushed up on by Team 11. The 4 bros coming right up and into the squad house. And Hope is a solo, so Hope throwing those nades, the pre-nading down those stairs on this push by all 4 of them. But Hope is also getting the third party from Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend and Team Fate taking those shots. Oh, right through that window. Right through the window by the 4 brothers crack. And now Team 10, Fate Esports, coming up onto the hospital hill to try to get those shots down onto Team 11, the 4 brothers. Now the 4 brothers came right up and in. We do have the great Gatsby. And look at this. Here comes Team 18, Silent Esports. Silent Esports coming right up and out of Pachinki, I believe is where they normally drop. Hello, Ghosty Momosti. Let's get back on down to Crack and find out what's going on. And at Fate, we have 2 teams now pushing right up and in. Fate was able to get a knock right on down here into the 4 brothers, and Harame over here is trying to hold off the push by Team 18, Silent Esports. Silent Esports over in the garage. So now we do have all eyes over onto this, and let's check in on what is happening over here. We are getting everybody picked back up in these garage areas, but you can see in the upper right hand corner, we still have Team Fate taking these shots. We still have the 2 teams over here. We have the Silent Esports and the 4 brothers right here. And if you look down in that lower right hand corner, we also have Team 5 coming right up and in. That is Team Mana. So now, let's see, Emperado trying to get some ideas of what's going on, and Mr. K right on the hill over on this side, also trying to take these shots. So we have shots coming from every direction onto this onto this garage complex right here. So let's go. Let's see what's going on with our map screen while we have a chance. I think I can zoom on in now and get everybody. That gives you an idea where everybody may be at the moment. But we still have 12 teams in this, and we still have the 2 teams over here in the squad house. So now let's get back on over here and find out what's happening. Because we do have the silence pushing right up in burns going down, and now it's just up to Harame and the Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby with that pre-name right up and over. Gatsby with the S-ball does get a knock, but now there are 2 of them knocked. And now it looks like Team Mana is getting ready to push right up and over. Emperado trying to hold off the push by the other teams because Team Fate also on the move, getting closer, but now Emperado has to move his team up and closer to that hospital area because our zone did pop and we are going to the north. You can see that on here. We are going a lot of water into that base, so we've got about 30% water in this. So now let me see. We do have Team Mana. Look up in the upper right hand corner there, push right up onto that hill ridge into Team Fate. Team Fate right up on that ridge, pushing them right on off. Ninja trying to get those shots up and over onto that Smoker dude. Let's go on over and see what Smoker is doing. He's doing just fine up on this ridge line, but not too far away from Velocity right there in front of them. So now let's see what else is happening. The rest of Team Mana all trying to push right up and in, and we are definitely going to that South George area, the hospital, now just on this ridge line. But let's go on over and find out what is happening down in where we still, look at this, these not so good games, they have not had to move at all. They are up to 5 eliminations and very close to center zone, and Velocity moves right in across the street. We do have Mana not too far away. You can see Team Fate, all of this right on his screen, and Titanfall coming in from that western edge. You could just see one of them from Titanfall. I believe that is Arc right on over there. Arc 27, AR27K, and he is keeping an eye on the Chosen. The Chosen are right down in that South George Crates area. So let's check in on what is happening with the Hasta la vista, baby. We got BMF, Chris, and Jay. They are all just waiting for that zone, the next zone to pop, because it is any second. And there it goes, a donut zone. So all these teams, they just have to figure out how the best way to push up and in. But Titanfall is up on this ridgeline. They have got all these different angles. 11, get over there with your team. What are you doing? Let's get his butt over there with the rest of his team, because Ark is going to have all sorts of chaos coming at him. Look at this. Look in the mini-map right here. He's got the Chosen pushing right up and in. Team Fate coming in not so good games. So let's hope that the rest of Titanfall can get on over here closer to him. Velocity trying to come in through all these teams. And only Enuxify and Cheerios have made it past Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend also has to come in and through. ICT, I do not expect anything less from him. He is already up to 4 eliminations. Alpha 4 Legend. Burnt Penguin, your team up to 6 eliminations. But look at your mini-map. We have not so good games. We got Velocity, Team Fate. They're all crushed right in on their ICT. Just barely able to get out of that before the attack of those 5.56 skiers trying to take his car down. Alright, so now let's see what else. Let me show you the map, because the map is really interesting. We got a lot of these edge plays. We got a lot. Not as many edge sweeps as we normally see, though. They are sticking really close to the edge. And now it looks like 11 from Titanfall is in a fight. Let's get on over to Ark. See what's going on with Ark, because they are the Chosen are now trying to push right up and in on him. Asta driving right up in front of AR-27. Here comes a nade right on down on top of the Chosen. All 4 of them. 3 of them are down there, and he does get the knock onto Asta. So now I'm trying to get those shots over onto Jay, and oh, chaos is breaking loose now. Let me see if I can get a side-by-side. Give you an idea what is happening in this really tiny zone. We still have 9 teams in this. 9 teams in stage 6. So now, let me see if I can get some sky view, because even right here with AR-27, we are outside a zone. They have to move further into the South George area. So let's go. Let me see if I can get this up here on the iPad for you, give you guys an idea of what is happening. You can see that even game over. Broadshore trying to come up into the Chosen. The Chosen, I think, are down to just Jay across the way. Here comes 11. 11 getting right up in onto that ridge line. But look at the rest of them over in that South George area. We have Team Fate, Velocity, Team Mana, The Silence. They are all right there. We got Not So Good Games. Not So Good Games is still in zone. They have been in zone this entire match. They have not had to go back out. So now let's get back into the action and see what we can see. As, oh, I think the Silence may have just gone out. They were trying, no, Empador. Empador is still across the street. But that blue zone is going to really hurt him. Look at that. There he goes out to the blue. So now we do have a duo over here for Titanfall right up on this ridgeline. And we are down to the top 4 teams. We still have Team Fate down below. We have Not So Good Games. We got Anuxify, even Anuxify still trying to come in from the blue. So he has to come right up and in. So there are your 4 teams. Titanfall, Team Fate, Velocity, and Not So Good Games. And we still have, we just pulled off the water. Right when I say that, right when 11 goes on in. Let's check in on somebody else. That is, let's go over to Velocity. Anuxify. What is Anuxify doing? He does have Team Fate and Not So Good Games right across from him. He is smoking it out. You can see that on the overview on that right-hand side. 11 just trying to get up and around. And I don't think 11's going to be able to find anywhere to come up this ridgeline. He may, but I'm not so sure. We do have Kiddo up on that rooftop. Let's see what Kiddo's view is of the world. He is up to 5 eliminations. Look at this. Right when 11 was trying to get up that cliff, and we still have the 4 teams in here. And I don't know. Anuxify. Anuxify is still trying to push through that blue. I'm not sure how he is managing this blue, but he is still able to make it. Let's get on down a little bit more to this level, as we see that we still have Not So Good Games right on that ridge, and Kiddo is able to get a knock over onto Team Fate. Velocity, Anuxify. Oh, Anuxify gets taken out. Oh, it said, God, he denied that point, guys. Now it is a 2v2. Oh, let's try this again. 2v2, there we go. So now we have Titanfall versus Not So Good Games. So we do have Ark up on that ridgeline, and Ark is watching as they come right on out in front of us. Ark coming down off that side is Kiddo trying to take those shots straight across. And Ark AR 27K is down to about 5 HP. Trying to throw those nades up and over. He's going to get that heal off. And here comes another nade up and around as here comes the push by Not So Good Nade. Not So Good Game still coming right up and around on the arc. Ooh, on that outside. And there you have it. The finish of match number 1 going to Not So Good Games. 12 eliminations, 10 placement points, a 22-point match. The very first match of tonight's survival stage. Coming in second, Typed In Fall with 7 eliminations. And Team Fate coming in third with 7 also. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15. 16 through 18. And 19. Going all out. Not So Good Games. Kiddo. 7 eliminations. 942 damage. We'll be jumping with Kiddo when we come right back. I will have some live scores. And we will be headed into match number 2 of the North America's Best Stars. This is the Revival Tournament Survival Stage. Be right back. Ooh, oh, I think we're down to just a duo over here for the accidental throws, and we got a duo coming in, so we got another Gil over here. Let's see what's going on. It is a 2v2, but we do have Jot right on down below. So Jot is in here with the accidental pros. And, oh, Cobra goes down. So it is now just down to Hunter. Hunter is going to come out and right in front of Jot. Look at the placement of this team for Zoo. He's smoking it up. Does he know that Jot is right there? Look at this. And there it goes. Zoo up to 3 eliminations, but they did lose 2 players in stage 1 of Miramar, so they're gonna have the fight up here in El Pozo, because Homeless did come right up and in on the Vatic. So Claus up at the top. I just saw him as we went through. Homeless Wick. Let's see what Kalasa is doing. Kelsa? Alright. Not exactly sure. Thank you, Lexi. No problem, Lexi. Lexi finally got it to print, guys. I will show it right at the end of this match as we are headed in. Sod OP says Roxy. Yes, he is, Roxy. Yes, he is. Alright, Claus! Man is able to get Claus. And where's Claus? I think Claus is at a rooftop. Yes, he is. Is he going to be able to get over that ridge? Yes, and he should be able to get picked up by Casper. Casper right on down below him. We do have Blaze getting into position right up on top of all this. And Salty looking dope coming right on underneath where Blaze is. Blaze has the mini and a 4 times. Look at that. Look at that. It's shot. And so now Kalasa is the last one still standing. Look at this, trying to get out of there. Blaze spamming that mini, trying to get him on down. So now we should have Claus back up onto his feet. Yes, he is. But now they're going to come up and around and try to get that angle over here onto Blaze. They did get that pickup, but not before Blaze could get him again. And Blaze getting another one. No, Casper is able to find Man, and so now Blaze knows that there's one more still standing as Kalasa is coming up behind Blaze. Look at this. Wrapped up and around. Gonna go ahead and take on Vatic in a 1v4. Let's see, can Kalasa do this? As right on down below, look at that. All of them are right there underneath as they Ooh, Kalasa does have those views, but no scope. No scope on it. No. Oh, are they wrapping around? They are wrapping around to try to find them. So now, let's see. And let me check in on the map while we are watching all of this. We do have 7 Deadly Sins over here with Alpha 4 Legend. 7 Deadly Sin. Gil is the last one still standing, and it looks like he's gonna try. Oh, Kalasa gets found by Salty. Alright, so we do have Gil still getting chased down over in that truck stop area. So let me go ahead and switch on over for the next fight. I see the Gujarat Lions right on over here, coming right up and in right next to Zoo, and I think Jad is the last one still standing with the Gujarat Lions going in and across the 7 Deadly Sins. You can see over at the truck stop, it's still getting pushed up on by Team 3, Alpha 4 Legends. So let me go ahead and put this map screen up there to let you guys know if you... Let me know if your team's still in this. We still have 15 teams in this, but we have lost some teams, and your teams may be still out in the blue. They're being really quiet, moving on in. It looks like Jot's gonna go ahead and get some of that loot on out of there. So let me see. I think now I can go ahead and put that map screen back up because the fights are mostly over, except for Gil over in that truck stop area. I'll go ahead and put him on there, and we'll keep an eye on the rest of it. Let me know if there's a team you want to check in. Center zone getting pretty busy right on over towards that area where Blaze is. And Gil getting 1 knock, getting 2 knocked. Oh! Ken down to about half health with that M249 was able to take out Gil, but Gil did get a double knock on all that. Let's check in on Blaze, because Blaze is right on top of all of this, on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. He does have a team right on down below him, the Gujarat Lions. So now let's see what else is happening. We do have a couple of teams coming up right underneath them, though. This is Team 19. Once again, the Zone 0 Zenith. Team Seal 9 in that dryer cycle coming. Oh, Jot is now getting pulled up in on by the Zone 0 Zenith, and he is pinched between Blaze on top. Oof. Blaze is now up on top of Mount Kilimanjaro, looking down onto Zone 0 Zenith, but on top of Zone 0 Zenith is another team as well. We got Team Fate up on top of the other side, so they are keeping an eye down along that ridge line. Let's see what's happening, and they are right up over here. There we go. Ninja was the one checking in all of that, but Blaze may be able to see Ninja from across the way. So let me go ahead and zoom on in onto this map, and I'll put the map up, and let me know if your team's still in this. There's nobody north of La Cabarria, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the map screen off at that area. So let's bring that down just a little bit. There you go. Now you guys can see that they're starting to spread out a little bit. They're just defending. There's spots in zone at this point. Let me see who I think maybe the next ones to fight. I do see that we've got several teams coming in from the south side, so the Infinity Reapers may end up right in the lap of the Apex Predators. So we'll have to keep an eye on Void right when he gets out of the blue. The Infinity Reapers should be showing up right behind you as they come on into this compound area as well. So let's see. Looks like they're still down to that south. They're not coming in all that fast and furious. But let's go back on over to Zone 0 Zenith. Still underneath all these teams over here. We still have Blaze at the top. We still have the Gujarat Lions across
Hello everyone and welcome back. Alright, taking a lifetime. They are trying to get those scores for us, so hopefully we will have some live scores coming up. Sorry, just waiting for the results to print. No worries. We'll see them when we see them. You know, we're used to this, guys. We already know that sometimes that printer just gives these scorers such issues. They try so hard to get the scores out to us. So let's give Haley just a minute of patience so that we can get them in there. So you can actually see that we're on hard start, guys, but we're waiting for a lot of these teams to come on in. You can see that slot number 1 and slot number 2 are the hottest slots at the moment. So let's see. I saw something going on up there. Not yet. So we might even have our scores going into match number 2 of the North America's Best Stars. This is the Revival Tournament. $300 on Tuesday. But today, these teams, all these teams that you see right here, only 2 of these teams are, all right, green, bye, I'm going to go get them, kill them all, 11. We believe in you. All right, so let's go. This time we are going to be jumping with Not So Good Games Kiddo. 7 eliminations. Guys, Not So Good Games dropped into that South George area, and they never had to move. And the top fragger, the MVP of the match, not only zone blast, but 7 eliminations, 942 damage. And they got it to print, guys. So while you guys check on these scores, here we go. Let me go ahead and zoom on in for you. Not So Good Games, 22 total points. Titanfall, 13. Fate Esports, 12. Let me know in the chat who you think. Who do you think are going to be the top 2? Only the top 2 teams out of all these crazy, sweaty teams are going to be going into finals on Tuesday. So let's see. We're coming in from just that northern mining town of the Impala area, going right up and across the map. There we go. Got Kiddo on there. Going across the top of Minas Generales, San Martin, over the top of Crater Fields, and dumping off into that ruins area. I just had breakfast preparation prayer also underway. There you go, Sad. Thank you so much for coming by, Sad. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your breakfast. Alright, let's check in on what's happening. It looks like we have a couple of teams jumping off towards that Impala area. We do have Team 6, Brick by Brick, right over here with Team Mana. Now, we saw Team Mana in the top 5 in those final zones. So, Brick by Brick, better find some of those bricks. Alright, what's happening in the truck stop? Look at this truck stop area. We've already got, one of them out for Alpha 4 Legend. Oh, Burnt Penguin. So now, but we do have a nasty fight going on over here. Let's find out what's happening with Alpha 4 Legend. I'm going to keep this up until the zone pops, and let's see. Look at all these teams that are right here on this truck stop area. We've got Team Fate, Alpha 4 Legend, and Team Control over here. So they're all right there. And then we've got some more chaos going on. And our first zone is all the way down in Leones. So we're going towards that Leones area. Let's go ahead and put you on the other side by side. So here you go, Burnt Penguin. Your team up to 3 eliminations. 4 eliminations, but down to just, we still have another team coming right up in on Alpha 4 Legend Bird Penguin. Team 17, Team Control. They are right on this outside. All 4 of them coming up and around them. So we do have ICT that's been knocked. And there goes ICT out to Scarlet. And here they come right on through. Oh, Burnt Penguin, I'm so sorry. There we go. So Scarlet getting 2 of those eliminations off of the 3 teams that went into that truck stop area. Let's go on over and try to get this fight, find out what's happening in the Impala area, because we got on coming right on down. Ooh, with that SKS right up and over. So brick by brick, trying to get those shots over onto Team Mana. And Team Mana are down to just a duo now. We got Mr. K and DeVise. DeVise right over here trying to stop brick by brick from coming right up and over. He is able to get the knock onto the one, saving and clearing it. Oh, and now it's just up to Mr. K. Mr. K, Cool Boys coming right up on that push right in front of him. He does have the Tommy gun. He's trying to get right through that window. Brick by brick down to just a duo. The Cool Boy. This guy on your screen up to 3 eliminations out of all that. Now let's get on over to San Martin. San Martin. We do have the Panthers in a fight with Team 9, Team Entity, and Team 7. Game over. So I think that was game over that they just finished off. And Team Entity are still right on over here as well. Team Entity, though, are a full 4-man team. So let's go. We did lose Sad. Sad is no longer in here for the Panthers. But the Panthers are still over here in the bricks by Bills. Now, let's see what else is happening, because we got another fight right up here. Let's find out what is happening with the not so good. Let's go back and check in on Kiddu on this side. Let me put the map screen up over onto this side. Is your team still in this? Because we are already down to 15 teams in this first zone of Miramar, all the way over into the ruins area in that very northwest. We still have a team as well. They are still coming in. That is Velocity. And Not So Good Games did just get another knock. Let's see. I do see that Arizal. Let's see. Chino. This is Cinco. Sorry, I did not read that right. You guys already know I can't read, and then add a foreign language, and then all bets are off. Not my fault. I can't read English. Hello, Haley. Come on, everyone. Let's give Haley. Give her some love in this. Trying to fight to get these scores for us. Let's go, Panthers! Yes, Panthers are over in San Martin. Panthers did lose a player, but they are still a trio, and they had 3 or 4 eliminations. Oh, there they go. So now we do have Not So Good Games up to 4 eliminations. Let me go ahead and put that map screen back up there for you, and tell me, is your team still in this? Like I said, we still have Velocity all the way up in that northwest, coming out of the Ruins Trailer Park area. Sign to God all the way up in the blue in Toramunda. So these teams, 90% of these teams are on that northern edge. We do have the 4 bros coming in from the Ladrilla area all the way to the west, and brick by brick just right there on that eastern edge. So the rest of these teams are all coming right on down. Thank you so much for your kind words, Sad family. Same to you. Appreciate so much, but much love to you, Mohammed. You are just one of the good guys. Alright, let's get on over and check in on what is happening with Rapid Moon. Dill, you are coming right up over by the Silence. I see Sigma not too far away. The Silence, they like that Picado area, and they have taken over that Picado area. We still have the Panthers. They're just on the edges only. They have plenty of time to find whatever loot they want to get. But they do have Team 12 over here. Team 12. F5 Esports. They are not that far away at the Hacienda del Patron. So they're looting up. But you can see this guy right here. Sam, 98k, even after looting, has only a level 1 helmet and a level 1 vest. You know he is not excited about that. But we are down to 14 teams, 48 players, and we are still only in stage 1. So let's see what else is happening. Our zone is getting ready to pop, so we'll have to figure out where we're going next. Are we going to Leones? Are we going to have another urban finish? Let's see. Yes, we should be closing. Yes, we're going from Leones down to Puerto Paricio area. So I'm guessing we're probably going to end up along the... I kind of feel like we're going down to the Southern Farms area. But we'll have to wait and see where we end up. And let's check in on the Chosen, because the Chosen are coming in between 2 different teams. So they do have the Silence down in Picado right in front of them. And we also have Team Entity coming up right behind them. The Panthers may also be coming right on in. Hello, Siphon. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hello. If you got a team that you want to check in on, let me know, Siphon. Let me know. Alright, so here we go. The Chosen, just trio. Looks like we're missing Asta la vista to the plane. The plane left without Asta. Alright, so now let's see. We also have up in this northern area, though, Sign to God does have the not-so-good games. The team are right behind him. Velocity's still coming in from this western edge. They come down and they wrap along the southern coast. They'll be doing just fine. And I think that's what Velocity usually like to do. So I think they're going to be just fine coming into this zone. It's some of these teams up here in this northern edge that I'm worried about, because they're going to be coming in right on top of these teams. We have Team Control taking over a very strategic place right over here between over on this edge by the Leones area. So they do have, if the zone shifts over to that east, they've got this little corridor that they can really, the fish in the barrel type thing, where they can just look on down and take all sorts of shots. And we do have Team 16 coming and the Panthers. So Team 16 made in Nepal, and we already have one taking the shots. Let's see, Tugaru, what is going on with you? Team 16 coming right up and in. That is made in Nepal that he's taking those shots across onto. How you get into casting? Several years ago, more than 6, believe it or not. So 6+ years ago, my server did FPP scrims every week, and I just became the caster of that. And then other servers started asking me to do theirs, and it's been like that ever since. Ooh, hello, Crucial in the chat. Hello. Alright, let me put the map screen up while we're waiting to see what happens next, because these teams are still in some pretty strategic places. Crucial, where did your team go? Your team is right here on the screen. This is not your team, but yeah, this is not your team. I always forget, Crucial, that XO is no longer, and it's so sad. Alright, so let's see. What else is happening? How are you, Crucial? I missed you. Let's see. We got Team Entity coming in just to the south of the Silence. Velocity coming into that southern area. As I said, I do think that they're going to do just fine. We do have a team further down to the south. Let me see if I can figure out. Oh, that's the team that they've been talking about earlier in my chat. There we go. Team 13, the Killer Goat Silver. There it is. How are you, Crucial? Let me know. I saw you on TikTok the other day. Meant to pop in and say hello, but I got busy. Alright, so let's see. What else is happening? We still have not so good games there coming along that eastern edge, so they may end up right on top of Sign to God, but they have followed Sign to God all the way from Toramunda. And Sign to God seems to be moving a little bit faster than Not So Good Games. Not So Good Games was really zone blessed that last match, so they're going to have to come on in a little bit faster. And I think Team Entity and the Silence are about ready to clash right on over here. So let's see what happens when the Silent and Team Entity run into each other. Let's see, it looks like Sigma already taking those shots. Ooh, finding Sinatra. So now let's see, Sinatra for Team Entity right across that way. And we are still going over to Leones and that Western Industrial Park. So there goes Sinatra out to Sigma. Sigma was able to get that elimination. While we watch that, I'm going to go ahead and scroll on in a little bit. And what I'm worried about now is most of these teams are over on this eastern edge zone. So now look at this eastern edge. This is going to be complete chaos for these teams to try to wrap up and through. Some of these teams coming in from this western edge, like these two teams over here, yes, they are fighting, but they don't have a lot to worry about as far as third party all the way on this western edge. And look at that, Josh trying to get on out of there, and he's down to about half health with Sigma really trying to get those shots over into Josh, but I think Josh is moving far enough to that south that he stopped. So now look at this, Nightcroy is coming up and around. Josh, did you lose your car? Josh lost his car. So now Josh is in big trouble. He does have the Silence. They are wrapping up and around him. The rest of Team Entity, they are not going to be able to help him a lot down here in this farmland without a vehicle. And oh, Sigma came up and around. So now Team Entity is down to just Deep and Asadros. They're coming in to the southern side. But now you can see that there's also Team 19 not too far away, the Chosen all the way down at the southern side as well. So now let's see what else is going on. I see we do have some chaos right over here on this western edge, the industrial side of Los Leon, and Tugaru trying to get on through. Down to 1 HP, trying to stay out of the shots. But if you look up in the mini map, you can see that the 4 bros and the Rapid Moon, Team 4, they are all taking these shots. But Team 4 is now pushing right up and in onto the 4 bros. So now the 4 bros also have team control coming at them from both directions over here in this western industrial edge. So Made in Nepal also in a fight. Let me see if I can figure out where this fight is going. Let me go ahead and put on the side by side so that we can try to get as many of these fights as possible. We do have the Killer Goat Silver on the right hand side, and you can see that they are over here in a fight with F5 F5 Esports, but they've also got Not So Good and Team Control over here as well. So, game are pushing right up and in. So now we are down to just Yale. No. So there they go. Out to sign to God. Look at, or F5. I keep seeing the player number 1 STA, but F5 Esports is up to 8 eliminations now. Let's see what else is happening on this map as they are all coming in. Not so good, not so good. Let's check in on the last match top fragger as he is getting pushed up on as well. Brick by brick up there. Let's see what's happening with Brick by Brick, the cool boy. Up to 4 eliminations, and look at that. He's got all these teams right on down in that Western Industrial Edge. And he is trying to keep them off of his back as well. Straight across Rapid Moon, not too far away. Made in Nepal. The 4 bros, they are all right down to the south of the cool boy. And look at that. Made Nepal trying to get out and around. Is that Retta boy? Let me see. That was Retta by trying to get on through over to his teammate. And he is just able to get on past Team Entity. Team Entity taking all those shots straight on down on top of him. And Made in Nepal down to just a trio. But now they are coming right up and over onto the Chosen. Let's check in on Chris over here. Chris watching all of that as they're coming right up in. Kashi is dad. Well, okay then. Siphon is new. It'd be nice, guys. Alright, so now let's see. We do have this fight right on down here. Let's find out what's going on over here. And it looks like a Nuxify may be in a fight as well. Let's see what's happening with Made in the Balls. Oh, what a shot by a Nuxify. And Nuxify able to get that knock over on the Made in the Ball. Yes, that was right by over here. So we do have, oh, there goes Yushan out. Scarlet trying to come up and around over on the right side. We have so much chaos. We are in stage 4 with 30 seconds left. So now let's go. Let me check in on what else is happening. Let me scroll on in. We still have a Nuxify pushing right up and in. A Nuxify going out right when I went to get him on there. Taken out by the Chosen. The Chosen right on down in there. BMF has been knocked in the... Now the Chosen is just down to Jay. Jay just getting to that edge of zone. May be able to get him picked back up and into this game. And let's see what's going on with the silence right on over here. As brick by brick. Let's see what else is happening. Rapid Moon over on there. Right hand side. Let me go ahead and put this map screen up there, give you guys an idea. If your team is still in this, we still have 6 teams in this. So now, let's go. Let's find out what else is happening. In the center zone, we have a solo in a building. The solo 0 right here, 07. He is in center zone, and look at his mini map. 6 teams, 5 other teams in this zone trying to get in right into this building. So now let's see. Bro selling on purpose. I don't think any of them are selling on purpose. I don't think any of them are selling on purpose. Let's get this side by side, give you guys an idea of what's going on with this map. You can see that we've got some teams all around this zone. So they're all still coming on in. This is stage 5. So now it looks like Team Entity is getting into a fight. Team Entity coming right up and in onto the Silent. So the Silent... Ooh, Deep. Let's get over onto Deep and find out what's happening with Deep on the side by side. I did not click on him. There we go. Deep is right here with the silence. There are 4. All 4 still standing from the silence. Right over here with Entity Deep. So now we are just down to Sadra. Sadra is the last one still standing. He does have all of them from the silence right up near him, but it looks like the silence are getting ready to push down and in onto 0. 0 gets found by the silence from across the way in that wide open barn. Sadra's still trying to come right up and in. We're down to the top 5 teams. So we do have Team 12 that needs to come up and over this ridge line. Look at what they have to push into right in front of them. The silence in that compound. The only compound in zone. And we also have Sadra all the way to the north. Not too far away from that, the Rapid Moon to the east and to that western edge, the Chosen. The Chosen have to come up that hill in the wide open and make it all the way up and into zone. So can the Chosen move up and through? Look at how far away from the zone they have to go. If you look at that mini map, they're going to have to take the blue wave in, and they are getting ready for that rotation. We'll stick with them. Let's see if they can get on through, because here they go. They're going to wrap up and around. They're using the terrain the best they can, but there are just so many teams already up on this high ground, able to get these shots straight on down. On top of them, BMFO gets found by F5 Manny. So now we're down to just a J. J going backwards, trying to stay out of the spray. But Manny up on that wide open ridgeline. Look at this. Manny is up to 7 eliminations, and now they're going to be pushing right up and in onto the silence. So now let's see if I can do a side by side and get you guys some of the sky view to see what is happening with these teams. We got all 4 of them from the silent. They are in zone. It is the northern side of the zone. Here's stage 4, or team 4, Rapid Moon, and F5 right next to him. So look at this line of teams right along the ridge line of this eastern side of the zone. We're trying to stay in the divot. So that was right on top of Rapid Moon. So now look at this. F5 Esports. They are up to 14 eliminations. The Silence are up to 7 eliminations. But it is now a 2v3, and now F5 Manny goes down on your screen. Manny was up to 7 eliminations. So let's check in on the Devil. The Devil straight across Cartier. So now it is a 3v1, and it does look like Empador is trying to get his 4-team player up. And let's see what's going on. The Devil is down to 5 HP. But look at the push coming right up and over, right on top of him. And Nitroid going across the top of him. And there it was with that seat swap. Let me get that screen over here for you. The Silence coming in first. They came in with 10 eliminations, 10 placement, 20 total points for this one Miramar match. Now, if you remember back to when we opened, I said I expect 20 points or more for each and every winner of each and every map. These teams have not disappointed. This may be the survival stage, but these are some big teams with a lot of true talent. Coming in second, F5 Esports with 14 eliminations. Coming in third, the Rapid Moon with 3 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, 19, and 20. Going all out at 5. Esports Manny, 7 eliminations, 1,103 damage. So let's jump with Manny when we come right back for match number 3. Rondo, the leaderboard shuffle map. So I'll have your scores, but don't hold your breath because Rondo is coming right up. Be right back.
Across the way. So I do want to check in our zone pots again. Look at this. We're headed right back over to El Pozo. So we're going to go right into Vatic territory. And the first team over in there are the Gujarat Lions. They moved right out and right into Salty. Salty spraying them down, and Sam coming right up right behind where the two of his teammates just went down, and we still have Blaze up on top of that ridge as well. Gujarat Lions coming into El Pozo right in between Claus and Salty both. They're still on over here. Salty up to 3 eliminations. And let's see what Claus is doing. Claus getting... Looks like they're just making sure that nobody comes on in. Casper not too far away over here from team, I think that was 15. Yes, team 15 coming in. Phase 8. Phase 8 coming in. So let's see, where did phase 8 end up? So I thought it was phase 9. I don't know why it says phase 8 in one spot and they've got P9 in the other, but phase 8 has a Salty as well, so keep an eye on that for just a second. Let me put this map screen back up there. It is getting pretty interesting at this point because we are crushing these teams in on top of each other. We're only in stage 3 and we still have several teams like down in this lower southwest or southeast side. We've got Zone 0 Zenith right there with Team Fate with Alpha 4 Legend coming up behind him. We've got Avalanche phase 9. Look at that. Phase 9 getting those shots right up and across over onto the Avalanches. The Avalanche came right up and over that ridge. So let's get on over and check in on what phase 9 is doing over onto this side. Phase 9, Peppa. Peppa, look at that. Casper up on top of that ridge line as well. Let's see what can we get over to Casper. I don't think we can get up there. I think he has pretty good view of what is happening. Look at how Vatic is taking over this whole center area. This is crazy how far they are split up. They've got Casper and Blaze over on the east side, Claus almost all the way to the west side, and Salty on the east side of El Pozo. So they've got a lot of space in between them. I'm going to come on over to the Region 8 Gaming Troopbach. He does have coming up and around his Team 12 Undisputed are trying to get that rotation, but they have the Apex Predators right in behind them. So the Apex Predators chasing them on down. Let's see what we can see what's going on as they're trying to chase in. 12 coming right up and in underneath. Look at this. And Region 8 Gaming Nika from across the way, putting most of that down and out. Nika was able to get one of those eliminations. And I think, let's see, who got most of them were from Team 12. Team 12 Undisputed up to 1 elimination each, 4 total. Region 8 Gaming still coming down and in, getting ready to get on over there and finish off the team. Look at this. Nika is able to get into a position to see him as Home Depot. Our last match top fragger is coming in right behind all this, there's still one right in front of him. Does he know that he is up? Yes, he does. And he takes those shots into the smoke to try to finish off the Team 12 right on down below. And now he sees them. That is it. The Silver Spurs are coming up into this as well, though. The Silver Spurs also trying to get in onto some of this third party. And while we watch this, our zone does pop again. It's a donut zone going to El Pozo and the southern side of El Pozo. Let me put this map screen up there to show you where the teams are. Let me know if your team is still in this. So now, let's see. We do have Team 17 right in that center zone area, right at the far southeast side of El Pozo. Team 17, Avalanche. We did lose one of the players from Avalanche, but it sounds like we do have Team 15, Phase 9 in the fight over here with Vatic, as Vatic is now starting to regroup. We still have Salty over on this eastern side, and we do have Claws right on over here as well. Salty is able to see quite a bit of this area. He's looking down onto Phase 9, the Gujarat Lions, and we also had Team 19 across the way, Zone 0 Zenith. So let me go ahead and scroll on in. I feel like we're going to probably go to the south of El Pozo up into all those ridges. We'll have to see where we pull, and we did right on top of the ridges. So most of these teams are going to have to find their spot. As you can see, we only have the one team in that zone at the moment, and that is Avalanche. Avalanche has the only compound, but the Gujarat Lions are right there behind them. Let's see what's going on over with the Zone Zenith. Zone Zenith getting taken out over here by the Silver Spurs. The Silver Spurs getting...
Hello everyone, and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first, Silent Esports, 29 total points. F5 Esports coming in second with 27. Not So Good Games at 26. 3 points between first and third. Remember, the top two will be going on to finals. Only the top two teams. Let me know which of the top two you think it will be. This is the NABS, the North America's Best Stars Revival Tournament. This is the survival stage. These teams have to make first or second to be able to go to Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we have even bigger and badder wolves. We have the big boys on Tuesday. So don't forget to come back on Tuesday as well. But today, you need to let me know which of these teams you think it's going to be. Kizra, we are going to Rondo, your favorite map. We are almost ready to start into map number 3 of 5. We have 5 maps tonight, 3 remaining, plus this Rondo is a leaderboard shuffle. Any one of these teams can get 20 or more points easily, and then just completely change the leaderboard. So this time, we're going to be jumping with F5, mini 7 eliminations, 1,103 damage. That's a lot of damage. So let's go down and find Team 12, F5. Minute, there he is on your screen, the last match top right here. I'm going to find him over here on the map screen, so when we switch on over, we'll be able to see where they drop as well. And don't forget, when we do get after that first zone pops, I'll try to catch as many of these fights side by side as I can. That is all out warfare and chaos in Rondo, and I will do my best. But for now, here's your flight path. We've got the chopsticks coming on in. We have one going from that very southeast edge at the Tin Lawn Gardens, going all the way up to the recall center at that northwest edge, and then all the way up towards that northwestern edge. We also have a flight path going from northwest all the way to that northeast. So, whoo, there's going to be some chaos as far as where these teams are going to drop, because I don't think some of these teams on this northwest and northeast flight path are used to this flight path. F5 Manny already down, but you could see in his up in his mini map, he's got Rapid Moon and Made in Nepal coming down into the stadium. So we're going to have a very early fight over here. It looks like Manny trying to fail. Oh, he just spotted him, guys. He just spotted Made in Nepal. This fragger is ready. Ooh, he took some fall damage. That is never a good thing. And you can see that the rest of the teams are coming right in and across. And let's see our first zone. Look at all the players that are coming over towards not only the temples, but all the way to this western edge. And our zone has not popped yet. Manny, move. Get your gun, Manny. Get your gun. What are you doing, Manny? Alright, our first zone is, there it is, all the way down. Look at this. So now, let's see what's going on. Should we go over to the NABS factory first? Let's go over to the NABS factory first. We'll get them on side by side. I'll get as many of these teams as I possibly can. There you go, guys. And we do have Arizeel Esports. Oh, down and out. We got another one crawling all the way along and in. So now let's see what other team we got over there. Let's check in on Team Fate. We got Nade Baglu, Made in Nepal. Oh, we got Cartier. So now Cartier is down and out. Manny's still trying to push right up and in as Made in Nepal are coming up and around. You can see everywhere he turns, Made in Nepal, the pink team on your screen, they are all up in that stadium right above them. Team 16, Manny does have one right above him. So now let's go. Let's see what else is happening. It looks like it's pretty quiet over here. Let's go on over and find out what's going on with Alpha 4 Legend. Hello, Bones. Bones up on top of the NABS factory. So we'll keep an eye on that for Burnt Penguin. Burnt Penguin, you're being awfully quiet. But this is Rondo. Anything can happen. So let's see what is going on here. I don't see Sam over here with them. Oh, Manny was just waiting for him. Oh, he was waiting for him to come on through. Sam all the way up. And, oh, Sam is in trouble as well. Sam's at the recall, but he has the 4 bros right over here with them. So F5 is in a lot of problems. Right on over here, the devil trying to get the shots over onto 0. He does get that knock over onto 0 as a Made in Nepal, but we do have Rapid Moon coming up and around as well. So now, Devil, you're going to have to get on out of there because Sam is in trouble and you don't want to go out in 20th. So now, let's see. We got the Chosen in a fight. Let's see what else is happening. I think they are right on down here at the temples. Is that where they are? Let me see where they are, if I can find them on over here. This is the Panthers. The Panthers. We got Sad, the last one still standing with all a team. mana right on over here. Where's the Chosen? I cannot find the Chosen, guys. I can't find the Chosen. Where did they go? Oh, right here. There we go. The Chosen. The Chosen are over here in a fight with Team Control. We got BMF trying to get Asta. Welcome back, Asta. Trying to get him. Oh, Scarlet driving right up and through, and they're able to get him on out. And now Jay is the last one still standing, trying to get on out of there, going through the Sakura trees, trying to get his teammates picked back up. Sexflix over here for the Panthers in all sorts of trouble as Titanfall are also coming right up and around. Let's see what's happening over here at the NABS factory. All 4 of them from Alpha 4 Legend are over here. Dweezy, hello my friend, hello. Sexflix, able to, ooh, look at this, he's getting under this vehicle. Oh, they found Sexflix, I'm sorry, Sexflix. And there goes all 4 of them from the Panthers out to Titanfall. All 4 of them dropped together. And now the Chosen over here. The Chosen are coming up onto Team Fate. They are all right here. Let me see how many from the Chosen. We have Team Fate Ninja over here. We have Chosen Jay. Jay's gonna come right up and over. Oh, and he sees Ninja from Team Fate. He's able to take him down. But now, look at this. We still have all this chaos over in the NABS factory. We already have ICT on that side, so let's get on over. Let's check in on what's happening right up here in the stadium, because we've got Rapid Moon that came right up and in on top of Team 16 over here, made in Nepal. And Velocity Quack, look at this, he's also over here. We got 3 solos at the stadium trying to get some ideas of what is happening. If you look on the map over onto the left hand side, you can see that Alpha 4 Legend, brick by brick, Team Fate, they all have to move into zone. We got teams all the way up here, not so good games there, not too far away from that solo from Arizil, so they are still coming on in. Let's get on over to Titanfall, find out what's happening in the center. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Titanfall. No, what is happening? I cannot click on anything tonight, guys. Titanfall. Click. It's not going, guys. It's not going. Alright, let's see if we can get over onto 4 Bros. There we go. 4 Bros coming right up and through the mountain shacks, but they do have Titanfall right on over here. So now let's see. We got Jammin' By, we got Blaze, we got AR-27 not too far away. Harame right down below him as our zone continues to close. We still have Alpha 4 Legend on the right hand side. They are looting, trying to get some of that loot before coming on in. Rapid Moon right over here. If you look up in that, oh, you can't see the upper right hand corner. Let me go ahead and do this. Give you guys that map screen. Let you guys see what's happening. We are still going over to that southwestern edge, and you can see all these teams are coming in from the northeast side. All these teams up here in that northeast side, they are all going to be clashing very, very soon. Some of these teams down at the southern side, the southwestern side, they're not going to have so many teams on top of them, but the Chosen, they are still right on that edge. They're going to have to watch for all sorts of people rushing right on over close to them. Let's get on over to some of this chaos that's happening in center zone. And let's see what else I can find. What is happening right on over here? It looked like we had some fights over in the temple. Maybe not. It looks like Mr. K is just over here by himself now. So let's see what else I can find. We got a lot of chaos right up over here. Let's check in on the not so good games are coming in. They've got Made in Nepal and Arizil not far away as well, and it looks like he is watching Arizil coming into that zone. That he's watching the rotation right in front of him. So let me check in on Made in Nepal. We got Kazuki coming right up and in on the Rapid Moon right on that other side of that rock. Oh! Rapid Moon Midnight able to get that knock, but here comes the rest of it. It looks like the Rapid Moon are coming up and in, but we also have Made in Nepal over here as well. So now let me see what else I can find. It does look like we got the Emperado does look like he's got Titanfall right down in front of him. Let's see what's happening with all of that. Brick by brick in a fight with Mana as well. Let's go on over to Mana, find out what's happening. Looks like Mana's going to be able to get his teammates picked back up because I don't know where that fight really was. Let's get on over to Cheerios. We do have several teams out and around, even though I can't see them are really close. We've got not so good games over here with Azriel, and you can see that he is trying to drive away from Arizil. I keep saying that even though I try to slow down and think it through and not say a Smurf name. Alright, let me show you that the zone has popped again. We are going down to this very southwest corner, so let's see what else we can see. It looks like the Silencer over here in a fight. While we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and scroll on in onto this map, so the next time we go over to that map screen, you'll be able to see it. Team Entity is now in a fight with Team Control. So let me see if I can find Team Control right on over here. Team Entity and Control. Team Entity. I am having the hardest time trying to get my screens to switch over tonight. So let's go. Let's switch on over. Get you side by side because we have teams in fights everywhere. We got the Silence now in a fight uphill with ICT and the boys for Alpha 4 Legend taking over the Dragon's Teeth. I don't know what to call this area right on in here, but it just looks like a bunch of teeth to me. Alright, Team Entity looks like he's not too far away from Alpha 4 Legend. Let me scroll on in, find out where the rest of these teams. Looks like we got a bunch of chaos right on down here. Let's go ahead over onto the Hermes. See what he is doing over here. He's up to 3 eliminations. You can see that Alpha 4 Legend trying to get those shots right across his. Here comes all these teams are trying to push right up and in onto the zone. Let's see what else is happening on the rest of this map. It looks like most of these teams are kind of separating out. Bonsker has been knocked. We're going to try to get him picked back up. It looks like ICT going to try and get that happen. Let's find out what's going on with the Chosen over onto this side, because the Chosen does have Team 20 pushing right up and in onto them. That is Velocity. Velocity right outside that window. Look at that. He tried to get those shots. Austin taking the shots across onto Velocity. ICT. Boneskirt gets knocked again. So now we are outside of zone. We have to push into Team Entity, and we can hear the cars coming from Team Mana. Look at this. The rest of Alpha 4 Legend coming right up and behind him. And Bonesker trying really hard to get his heel off and back up and into this match. But you can imagine that His gear is not looking so hot at the moment, and it doesn't sound like this car has had better days for sure. So now let's see what's happening a little closer into this zone. We got the Sinatra right across from Team Control. Nix is trying to work his way on in. Team Control down to just a duo over on the very eastern edge of the blue zone. Not even the play zone. They have miles to go. Look how far they have to go. They have to go through Team Entity, the Silence, all the way through Made in Nepal. This northeastern edge, absolute chaos. So Control's going to need to come on down and around. At least go to the southeast, across that river, or around if they can. Let's check over onto this northeast side and see what's happening. Let's get on over onto this side. Oh, the Chosen. The Chosen going out to Velocity. And now we are with Sign to God, all the way up on this northern ridge. They are trying to come on down into this zone as well. This is stage 4. There we go. I knew I just read that. So now let's go back over to the Silence, because the Silence right here in a fight with Made in Nepal. Made in Nepal coming up and around. Made in Nepal down to just 0-7. Look at this. The Silence coming out on both sides. And the Silence able to defend that building from Made in Nepal. Made in Nepal pushing right up and in. We do have brick by brick. Look at Midnight. Midnight up to 5 eliminations. Watching as all this chaos with the Velocity straight across from him. Sign to God. Rick having some issues trying to come right up and into that zone. And you can see that across from him. Anywhere, oof, right on out by, I believe that was Team 21, Alpha 4 Legends. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. It does look like we got some chaos over here. Find out what's happening with not so good games. Let me check across the way for my YouTube chat. Find out what is happening with Team 13. Killer, Goats, Silver. They still have to come up and in. You can see that they are south of the zone. They do have to push further north to get to the play zone. The blue zone about ready to push them right on through. Looks like they know that the Rapid Moon is just to the north of them, but they also have the Silence that are coming up and around over towards that western edge, brick by brick, gatekeeping both of these teams from coming right up and into the zone. So now there is so much chaos going on. Right on over here, we still have F5 Esports coming right up and in onto not so good games. We've got the Killer Goats, Silver still coming in right across the way. Look at this. Oh, Scarlet. I think Scarlet just went down. Let's see what's happening over here. Oh no, there they go. Team Control going out, and not so good games going out. We've got the Silence right on over here. They are also trying to come on in brick by brick, taking those shots over at Team 18 as Team 18 pushes right on past them, right into the Killer Goat Silver. Look at this, right onto the side of the zone. And right across the way, we still have Team Mana. Look at this, Team Mana getting pushed up on by all of them from the Killer Goat Silver. The Killer Goat Silver right in front of DeVise. DeVise being really quiet, waiting for it. You can see that Untamed not only fighting all these teams that are already in zone, but the blue zone as well. So now Midnight is the last one still standing. The V's trying to get those shots. using the cars right in front of them, and now we're down to just a solo over here. Look at this, trying to get those shots right up and around. The drop shot by DeVries. So now Team Mana up to 11 eliminations already, but they do have to move. They've got to go to that northeast just to get into the zone, the blue zone. That wave, if it touches any of these players, it's going to take these players out brick by brick. Going out to Team Mana. Team Mana on both of your screens now. We are down to the top 4 teams. We still have F5, but F5 right over on this northeast side. Manny, the last match, top fragger. They've got a long way to go. But this team also has 9 eliminations. They've got a vehicle. They're going to have to push on in, and they're going to end up pushing into Team Velocity. Looks like the V coming right up and into that path line that F5 is going to take to come on in. Let's go on over to Velocity and find out what's happening right on over here. The V's getting found, so now we're down to just a duo for Team Mana. Let me see if I can get on over to Mr. K. There we go. Mr. K trying to get those smokes up and over, but Manny, oh no, we got Velocity going down. So, or Nuxify, Mr. Quack trying to get that res off, but here comes the silence. The silence. All 3 of these teams, all 3 of them trying to get their teams back up and in. And the silence still have to push into zone. Where you can see that tree, that's probably where the zone starts. So they've got, and they are being watched by Quack right when we looked on over, but Nycroy back up and in. Nycroy does not have a helmet nor a vest. He has nothing left, and now he's trying to get those shots right across the way. And Nuxify. Nuxify. He did not want you to survive that. And now we still have Mana over on that other side as well. And we're down to the top 8 players. We have a duo from Team Mana, a trio from the Silent Esports, and a trio from Velocity. Here comes the push right up and in. Nycroy going down, so now we're down to just Sigma. And the silence going out. So now we are down to the final 2 teams. It is Mr. K versus Velocity, and that is it. Velocity coming in first with 15 total points. Plus 10, there is 25 total points for Velocity. GG's. Mana coming in second with 11 total points. Coming in third, we've got the Silence with 12 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, and 19. Going all out. Velocity Quack. 8 eliminations, 1,165 damage. So we've had 3 maps so far tonight. In the North America's Best Stars Revival Survival stage. And as I said at the start, I expect over 20 points for each map leader. So far, I am 3-4-3, and I totally expect the next 2 maps to be just as hot and sweaty. So I will be right back with the leaderboard shuffle scores, and we'll be headed into Miramar. Be right back. starting to heat up again, coming in a late zone and coming in hot. So now we do have Region 8 not too far away from them, Gujarat Lions and the Avalanche, but you can see that Region 8 is just to the south of them. I think Region 8 already getting up onto this ridge line. Let's see if we can get Trupac picked back up. Home Depot, the last match top fragger. And the Silver Spurs already getting into their spot into this new zone. And they are pushing right up and in onto Avalanche. Avalanche is already in this. Let's see what we can see what's going on as here comes the fight between the Silver Spurs and Avalanche, pushing into the Prince shot. And one's already up top. I'm trying to hold them off, trying to keep them pushing on in. LZX down to about half health as the Gujarat Lions are coming up and in. The Silver Spurs are starting to fall. And we also have Region 8 Gaming. You can see them off in the background. They are also moving around. You can see that also in your upper right hand corner in the mini map. So now's a good time to put this map screen up there. Scroll it on and in. We're down to this top 7 teams. Let me get that a little more centered for you. And let's get back into the action. And it looks like Team 15 going up onto that ridge line. Phase 9 down to just a duo over here. Pepper down to 1 HP. Woo! Chaos! Able to get that jump shot. But now here they come right up and behind them, and there goes a lot of players out to the blue zone. Home Depot able to finish off the rest of the team, but I'm not sure Region 8 doing very well after all that damage. I think they were taken out by the blue zone. No, we have Trupac, the last one still standing, but we have Team Fate over here in a fight also with Vatic. You can see Vatic taking those shots right on down. Let's get on over to Vatic, find out what's going on as Team Fate is trying to come up and in, and here comes the push. Claws and I think it's Salty. No, Casper right there with him. Claws trying to figure out. Look at that jump shot over that window. Vatic up to 11 eliminations. We're down to the top 4 teams. We still have a team out in that Prince shop, and we also have the Gujarat Lions to the north side as well. They need to come on in, and we still have Trupac from Region 8. So we have the full 4-man team of Vatic. We have a 3-man team of Avalanche, a solo from Region 8 Gaming, and the Gujarat Lions. So they are all trying to come on in. Let's check in on what Brutal is doing. We'll check in on these solos getting pushed up on by Vatic and Avalanche. Claws. I don't know how I clicked over onto you. Claws is now over right on top of Avalanche. Avalanche is gonna have to come right out and underneath them. And so now let me see. We are down to Trupac over on that ridge side. Right in Claws' sight. And there goes Trupac. So now we are down to just Laria. Now we've seen Laria several times tonight trying to do the run over in Erangel, and now coming right out and over down to 1 HP, and there they go out to the blue. Claws had so much damage on him, and Vatic coming in first with 12 eliminations. Find him and just barely got him. Coming in with that double flight path into Rondo. We're coming in from that northeast, headed over to the west, in from the second flight path, just north of Jadina City, going over the north of the first flight path
also going over to that western edge. So we got some chopstick action going on. So we are jumping with Vatic into match number 3. And look at this, already down the first flight path. We've already got several teams jumping off. None of them going down to Jadina City itself, but we do have several jumping down towards the southern side. You can see that we've got the one of the 7 deadly sins teams along with the Infinity Reapers. We also have
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the North America's Best Stars. This is the Revival $300 tournament, the survival stage. The top 2 teams will be going on to finals on Tuesday. So look at this, they are still loading in. We are just a minute or 2 away from hard start. It may be a minute or 2 past hard start because we have about a minute and a half left, and we are still waiting on the scores. Haley trying really hard to get these scores out for us tonight, fighting all the way through. Big shout out to Haley for sticking in there with us and trying to get us the scores. Hopefully we can get the leaderboard shuffle scores on over here and see just how many points Velocity flew up that leaderboard. As soon as the scores pop, I'll go ahead and put them on up there. If they pop after the match starts, I'll try to get it during a quiet time. It will be Miramar that we're going into, so we might have a quiet moment to show you the scores, but you never know. You never know with these teams. These teams are insanely talented, and they are aggressive. We're still waiting for game over. I'm not sure where game over is. We're waiting for Team 11, the 4 brothers. Team 15, the Panthers. The Panthers dropping over in San Martin. So, let's go. Let's see. Looks like we've got the 4 bros coming on in. I saw the great Gatsby himself. So, what do you guys think? Who it's going to be the top 2 teams? I've seen a couple of you mention who you think it's going to be. And here we go. Our scores popping before our flight path. Coming in first, the Silence with 46 total points. F5 Esports at 40. Velocity climbing up this leaderboard to 32 total points. Not so good games at 28. Team Mena at 24. But guys, I have been right 3 out of 3 times with the top chicken winner chicken dinner coming in with over 20 points each match. So all of this left hand side is up for debate. So let's see what's gonna happen. What do you guys think? Even at 25, at 35, he can get all the way up to 3rd, and there's 2 maps left. So we'll have to see, is your team gonna be in the top 2? All right, we are still waiting. I'll go ahead and put that map screen up there, let you guys see that we are still waiting for these teams to come on in. We still got a few blank spots, but they are mostly coming in, except for game over. I think they may not be, but I'll go ahead and leave that up there until we start. Well, hello, Cielo. Hello, are you ready for this next round of storms? The snow, the wind is already ripping on past. And thunderstorms, you gotta love the bipolar spring we're having. Alright guys, they just started it. This map we are going to be jumping with Velocity Quack. 8 eliminations, 1,165 damage. Each and every one of our MVPs over 1,000 damage tonight. That tells you just how skilled these players are. So let's get on in here. Get on over to Velocity Quack and get him up on that screen. Alright, so let me get it on to this one first. All the way down in Team 20. There's the Quack right there. We got Xenon joining us this match. Hello, Xenon. And let's get on down to Quack over onto the map. There we go. We are all set and ready. Headed into Miramar. This is the North America's Best Stars, the Revival Tournament. Whew, mouthful. Alright, let me put that map screen up there for all of us. That way we can figure out where these teams are going. Ooh, we're starting all the way down at that southern edge by Bartona. Going all the way to the northeast. We are pretty shifted eastward, but these teams, they'll be able to find vehicles and rotate wherever they want to go. So we're going over that western edge of Las Leon, La Petita, Minas Generales, over Cruz de Valle, and dumping off into Camp Militar. So let's see what's going on with where everybody's going. Looks like we have a team going down towards that Partona area. No one in Partona though. So Alpha 4 Legends, the first one off that map. Penguin, your team is off the flight and on the map. There we go. And it looks like we've got the Killer Goat Silver right between Alpha 4 Legend and Team 16, which are made in Nepal. So we got a lot of chaos right on down here in these southern farms, right over here by this western industrial area. Alright, what else is happening? Looks like we're going to have that fight over here in Impala one more time, brick by brick, with Mana, Team Mana. And not too far away from Team Fate. We already have the Killer Goat Silver in a fight. So where's this fight going on? I'm missing a fight, guys. Where are the Killer Goats? Killer Goat Silver right on down here in our first zone is popped. So let's head on over here and find out what's going on. Yale already up to an elimination. Let's see what you're doing over here. Looks like Alpha 4 Legend across the way. Alpha 4 Legend Bones. Bones is doing just fine on the other side of Made in Nepal. And I believe it was one of them from, yes, it was Ultron from Made in Nepal. So now let's get, right when I switched on over. So now let's get as many of these fights as possible onto the screen. Let me see what else is going on, because we got the Panthers also in a fight over here, and I didn't click on the Panthers. Let me try one more time. There you go. The Panthers also in a fight with Team Entity, fighting over the San Martin, the Bricks, Bills. They are all right here. So now let's see what's going on over with Made in Nepal. Ratabai is the last one still standing. And Sadra getting one of them from the Panthers. The Panthers are now down to just a solo on your right hand side. Look at Ratabai, able to find a mule. So now let's go. Is he going to go ahead and push up onto this? Yes, he is. He's going to push. And he's only got the SKS, but he wants an elimination. The rest of his team are out of this. But look at this. He also has Alpha 4 Legend coming up and around on the other side. Team Entity is able to get Team Entity able to get the rest of the Panthers. So now let's see what Yale is doing. Yale up to 2 eliminations, getting that Reza Javi right on the other side. They do have to push up and into Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend up on that ridge line. If you look up in that upper right hand corner at the mini map, you can see that they are going to have to go on through. We got another fight all the way up to that northern side. Let me get this up here. We do have the Arizils right over here with the not so good games. Let's get Kiddu, the first map top fragger on the screen. Let's see what he is doing. So now let's see, Javi, what you doing? So let's see what else. Ooh, we do have Alpha 4 Legend pushing right up and in. Here comes ICT and Dizzy. Dizzy is not too far away on the other side as well. I think Dizzy may be the one. He is up on this roof. Look at coming up and around, getting ready to throw those nades right up and in onto the Killer Goat Silver. There's no knock by that nade though. We got the pump shotty going up and ICT going down. So now they're still, ICT goes out. Trying to get those shots right on through, and they do. Bone Skir's able to get a knock from all the way over onto this side. Down to about 5 HP, and there goes the Killer Goats Silver out. Alright, so we still have Erangel, guys. We still have an Erangel match. So we are up here in Cruz de Valle on the right hand side, and we have 3 teams right down here in Impala. So let's get on over to Impala. We got brick by brick over here with Team Mana and Team Fate. All 3 of these teams are right on over here. Smoker getting pushed up on right on this side with Team 8 right on that outside, brick by brick, and Smoker trying to get those shots right on out through that window. Is able to get the one from brick by brick. That was the Cool Boys, guys. And so we still have the Ninja coming down. Ninja from Team Fate right up on this ridgeline. Oh, Ninja's getting found. When he gets that elimination, he stole an elimination away from Team Mana. Smoker is up to 2 eliminations over here. And now Team Control. Team Control is also in a fight. So let's see if I can find Team Control before Not So Good. It does look like, oh, what is going on with Lux right up over here? Lux was able to get QZZ as QZZ tried to come right up and over. And so now Cinco over here has 3 of them coming up from Not So Good Games. So Smoker trying to get across. Ooh, I know how that feels, Smoker. So now let's see what's going on with Shanks. What about these names, guys? We've got Smoker, Shanks going on. So now we are down to just Storm for the Arizal Esports. So all of them from Not So Good Games. It does look like there's one knocked straight across. Look at this M249. Oh, AUG action. I thought that was an M249. Sorry, guys. So we do have a fight going on with the Chosen as well. Let's head on over here and find out what's happening with the Chosen and the 4 bros. And we're going to try to find Team Control as well. Chris coming up and over that ridge line right here. And so now we do have the 4 bros right over here, just down to Burns. Burns trying to get those shots right up and over. Burns is down to about 5 HP. And he should be able to get that res pick back up. But Jay is coming up over on the other side. Look at Jay. Jay is too far away to help. Oh no, Jay. Jay from the Chosen, too far from his team. The Great Gatsby. I think the Great Gatsby knows exactly where Jay is. Look at this. He knows that Jay is across that way. So now let's get on over and find out what is happening with Team Control. I did see another shot from them. And I don't see them over here. Velocity sign to God. Team Entity. Oh, Control. There we go. It confuses me with the XG. Team Control. Look at Scarlet. Again. Scarlet, did I miss another 1v4? Guys, this is like the second time in less than a week Scarlet has 4 eliminations, and I missed it because there are so many teams in a fight. I have got to start paying closer attention to Scarlet. Is Hui K? Oh, tell Hui K, big fan, Burnt Penguin, tell him. Make sure he knows. Alright guys, let's go. Let's see what else is happening. It does look like the 4 Bros is going to go ahead and try to gatekeep the 2 teams. We are going to go check in on Hui K. There he is. Hui K straight across from where we were just watching. Burnt Penguin, you have got to tell Hui K I said big fan. Alright, so there you go, just for Burnt Penguin. Shout out to Burnt Penguin, always in my chat, always supporting not only me, but Alpha 4 Legend and our community. So let's go. Looks like Scarlet's getting pulled up on by Sign to God, so we'll stay here on both of these for just a minute, find out what's happening. I am devastated that I've missed Scarlet twice in I think a week. Team Entity in a fight with Silence. It's going to be up by Picado. Ooh, I think they came right up and in. Look at this. Let's get on over here and find out what's happening with... Oh, they are on that ridge line right between San Martin and Picado. We got a fight between the... Silence, Lone Nightcroy. Ooh, we lost one from the Silence out. Team Entity was already up on this ridgeline, but Team Entity, Sadra up to 3 eliminations. Look at this. We do have Nightcroy getting pulled up on by Team Entry, or Team Entity, Team Entry. Ooh, Psycho, or Nightcroy trying to get on out of there. Let's get Sadra on the screen, because Sadra is up to 3 eliminations himself. So now, where did he go? I swear I was just on Sadra just a second ago. I don't know what is happening. And it looks like my Scarlet, I'm so sorry, Scarlet. And so now we do have 2 Guru. The last one still standing for Team Control over on the right hand side. So there they go. So let's get on back into this map, find out what else is happening. This saw happening right on over here, but we got 3 teams coming right up and in. And there goes Team Control, but Sign to God is right on over here as well. Look at this! Silencer coming right across the street as well into Sign to God. Sign to God trying to get this res off. He gets the res off right when the Silence push right up and in. Sigma trying to get, look at this, Sign to God right there. Does he get him with that nade? Oh, he's right there behind that. Sigma, able to get dead. Dead is deed. Alright, so now Rick also getting, oh, it is just up to Sigma. Sigma is the last one still standing. Epidor and Nightcroy both have been knocked, and we still have 3 of them from Sign to God over here. So now we do have Everybody getting healed back up, and Mahal getting those shots. Sigma's down to 5 HP. Gonna try to get Nightcroy picked back up. Look at this, Sign to God. Oh, I thought Sign to God was gonna let him get that heal off. Alright, let's get the map up here. Let's get this screen up here so you guys can check in. We still have 8 teams in this, so all the way to the north, we do have Velocity and Not So Good Games. To the southern side, we do have Alpha 4 Legends and Entity. Coming out of the blue, all the way down here is Team Fate. Right here with F5 Esports. F5 Esports are coming right up and in on top of the 4 bros all the way down at the southern side. So let's go on down to that southern side. Let's check in on the 4 bros, see what kind of fight's going on, because they are trying to hold off the push. Look at this, the M1 Grand in play by the Burns. Burns, baby Burns. Yes, Alpha 4 Legend is the X Gold lineup that didn't go to PMSL. Alright, so now let me go ahead and get this right up over here. And let's see what's happening with F5 across the way. Manny going down. So now it does look like F5 is down to just a solo player. Sam is the last one still standing. Burns is also trying to get out of the spray, and he gets found by Team Fate. So now let me see if I can get on over to the Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby all the way down at the other side. We got the 4 bros on both sides, guys. Both sides. Let's get on over to Team Fate. Find out what's happening as Team Fate are trying to get away from the 4 bros. So now, let me go ahead and put the map screen up there. Give you guys a chance to check in on your teams. We are down to the top 7 teams. We are only in stage 3 with 7 teams. You can see all the way at that northern side. We do have Velocity with Not So Good Games. They are coming right up and in. Velocity, I saw one of them get knocked. Now it looks like Xenon's been taken out. So we'll go ahead and put these on the side by side. See if we can figure out what's happening next. We've got Team Entity right on top of Team Fate, or Sign to God. Sign to God are trying to come right up and under. Sadra is up to 3 eliminations, so let's see what's going on. As Sign to God trying to come on in. Akash, ooh, I think Akash has gone down. So Rick may be the last one. We do have Mahal somewhere as well. Mahal all the way over underneath Team Entity. He should keep his quiet right on over here and not take those shots. He's got Rick up front. He needs to cover for Rick, not take those shots and give his position away because he's downhill. But that is just my take on it, guys. That is my take. Velocity gets found by Not So Good Games and Quack. Our last match, Top Fragger trying to come right up and in. Are you that guys in Vale's YouTube? Yes, I am that guy. Yes, I am. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is happening over here. So now, they are still, Velocity, still getting pushed up over here by Not So Good Games. Rick from Sign to God's trying to come on in. Omaha gets found by Alpha 4 Legend. Hooey KK. Alright, so Rick should be able to get this heal off, but Mahal is outside. Mahal, you need to get on into the zone. And our zone, speaking of which, our zone going down to that western edge of San Martin. So now Sign to God is down to just a solo. Let me put that map up there. We still have 7 teams in this. We still have not so good games all the way to that north side. They need to come down before that blue starts to push them in, before they ride that blue wave. But we do have the 4 bros once again in another fight with Team Entity. The Great Gatsby trying to get that heal up. And so let's go ahead and put the side by side back up. You can see that Rick from Sign to God by himself over here with Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend in San Martin. Here comes Velocity coming right up and in. So we've got Sign to God in San Martin with Team Entity, with Team Fate. Not so good games. Velocity and Alpha 4 Legend. All of these teams are right here on this far western edge of San Martin. We got Burns. I don't think the 4 bros just made it into zone. And I think Sadra all the way up at the top has the views. Look at this. He's got the views of all the teams rotating from that north coming right up, or from the south coming right up and in. Let me see. Can we get to the Great Gatsby? Can Gatsby make it up and into that zone? He's doing the zone sweep, trying to stay out of all of this. Going over to that very far western edge of San Martin. Going into the yellow apartment. So Sadra, I'm not sure if Sadra lost sight of where they went, but let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more and find out what is going on right on over here with Team Fate right across the way. Team Fate does have Alpha 4 Legend. Team Fate has every team right around them. Let me head on back on over here. We are in Bills now with Alpha 4 Legend. You can see that we've got Team 14. Not so good games right there in the bricks right across the way. Team Entity up on Radio Tower Hill. You can see them from there. Sign to God over in the yellow apartments. Team Entity, Sadra, has a long way to get into the zone, but Team Entity is on that southern side of the zone. You can see all that on the right hand side. So there you go. Give you an idea. We've got the street going right down in between the middle of this. We've got the urban on the one side, Radio Tower Hill on the others. But we've moved off Radio Tower Hill. We're moving all the way to that western side, more into the wide open space by the power grid. There we go. Hello, Green in chat. Hello, Spoity. Spoity sporting a new tag. I see you, Spoity. Alright, so let's see what's going on with the killer right on over here. They are all just waiting that 19 seconds. 19 seconds until this map closes one more time. And are we going to stay in San Martin, have an urban finisher? Are we going out into the middle of nowhere, down to that southern side of Team Fate? Yes, we are going to Team Fate. So now let's get on over to Fate. Oh, not so good games gets found by Hui K. Hui K. Oh, Hui K and both of them have to push down not only into Bills, where not so good games are, but they also have to go across the street and up the hill into Team Entity and Team Fate. How is Alpha 4 Legend going to be able to get across the street, get through all of this? Team Fate has everybody coming up and around. How is Team Fate going to be able to hold off the push by all these teams over here in San Martin, pushing over across the street into the print shop. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. Team Entity still up on this ridgeline. Look at this view that Josh has from above. Josh is going to watch all of this come across that street. He is just going to be able to sit there and take all these shots. Hui K is pushing up and in. He's like, well, if I can't get across the street, neither can you. There it is. Hui K. Oh, Hui K going out to the blue. And there goes Bones. Bones with Josh and Sadra up on this hilltop. We're down to the top 4 teams. We still have Team Fate in. Team Fate taking those shots as here comes not so good games across that wide open street. Josh from above, Sadra from above, and the 4 bros. The 4 bros are still trying to push right up and in. Let's go. Let's see what's going on with not so good games. Not so good games. Kiddo even getting over there, getting greedy with that airdrop, trying to get some of that. And the Great Gatsby not too far away. Let me check in on the Gatsby. Right behind the crates, trying to come up right into Team Fate. Team Fate in the print shop. Look at Josh. Josh just going down, trying to get some of these shots, but not too far away is also not so good games. Lux. We still have 4 teams in this. Look at Josh. Josh rolling, taking that dryer side down, that spin cycle, the Gatsby. You can see the Gatsby just waiting for the push by Team Fate to come right up and around. And look at this. Oh, there goes the Great Gatsby out to NABS. So now let's get on over to NABS. And we do know that Lux is going to have some issues trying to get in and across, but we got Josh already paying attention onto this side. Look at Lux coming up and around. What a shot, but now Josh. Oh no, it was Sadra across the way. So now they're trying to push up on the NABS. NABS trying to get the shots over onto Sadra. And Josh on that push, and he almost had it. What an ending. Team Entity coming in first. 14 total points, 10 placements, 24 total points for Team Entity. I am 4-4-4 with these teams. These teams are so talented. GG's Team Entity. Team Fate coming in second with 7 eliminations. And not so good games coming in third with 9 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, and 19. Going all out. Playing for Team Entity, it is Sadra with 7 eliminations, 957 points. We will be jumping with Sadra when we go into tonight's final match of the North America's Best Stars. This is the Revival Tournament Survival Stage. Top 2 teams move to finals on Tuesday. I will be right back with your scores in tonight's final match. Be right back.
I've killed the ops over here with Zone 0 Zenith and Region 8 Gaming. So let's see what else is going on. Looks like Vatic is doing just fine. They're jumping by themselves. In the X Factory, Let's head over with one of the 7 deadly sins. This is Team 9 Origins. I don't know if they just took over the slot. I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna go ahead and go with, it looks like they're jumping with Alpha 4 Legend, and I'll try to get as many teams as possible in these fights. We also have Team 18 coming over into the city at the far western edge with 3 other teams, 4 other teams at least. We do have Apex Predators with Zoo, Team at 12 Undisputed, and Team Fate. So let me get Zoo up there. Zoo is one of the teams that has been called out in my YouTube chat. Nate is already down. Slayer over here trying to get those shots over onto Alpha 4 Legend. He is down to 25 ammo in his TBS. Tries to get that shot right up and over, and I think that was MM. 20, 25, up to 2 eliminations, and so we still have a couple of teams over here towards that racetrack area. Now you can see that we've got Homeless, and I think Homeless is now the only one over there. So here we are in Jiaotin on the right hand side. The stadium has a couple of teams, and Meiran is empty. And the temple is also empty. So these teams are all finding their new drop spots. Let's get on over to Team 20. The Accidental Pros. Hunter trying to get up and onto the Gujarat Lions. It looks like Derville just got taken out. Let's see what's going on with Kahir and Kyra, and we've also got Brutal over here inside the stadium itself, so he's pretty far away from all that. He should be able to get that recall back up, but we do have Kyra over here with the 2 from the Accidental Crows, the 3. There are 3 of them over here, so let's go back on over. Let's check in on what Hunter is doing. Hunter's not too far away from all of this, as here comes all of the Gujarat Lions coming right on back. They're all pushing right up and in onto Kyra, right on down below. It looks like Cobra's gonna go ahead and try to get that information, try to figure out where the Gujarat Lions are coming up, and already placing their teammates a little differently since they are a trio, but their 4th is way up to that northern side. The rest of this map is really clear. This is a very different fight than normal. So we are still over with Zoo on the other side. So let's go back over to the Accidental Pros onto this side and see what's going to happen. As look at this, Hunter pushing right up and in. Hunter coming right in and right on down. Let me check in on Leo across the way as the Gujarat Lions are pushing right up and in. Cobra is down to about 5 HP. We saw Hunter go down just a second ago. Leo down to about 5 HP. 3 out of the 4 of them down to 5 HP, and so now we're down to just a solo over here at the recall center. So let's go back on over here, and they're going to be able to get that recall back up. Zoo headed on out towards the recall center, and I thought it was the same one for a second over here with the Accidental Pros. So now I think now's a good time to put that map screen back up so you guys can check in on if your teams are still in this, because we still have 17 teams in this match. So with all the recalls in, ooh, not a good place to keep your head up, not a good place. Supreme from across the way is able to see it, and so now the Team 18, Team Fate are down to just a solo over here. Let's see, Snorlax trying to get in and across to the compound to get over to get the reses off. And it doesn't look like the Apex Predators are on the move to come on over to get the eliminations. I do see Marco moving right up and in, so might get that push, but I think they're going to be able to get at least one res off before here comes the footsteps. I hear them on the outside, so let's see if he can get that picked back up. And no Snorlax, let him do the other pickup, but it looks like he's going to let him heal up as Term 24K gonna come on down. Look at that helmet. That helmet is completely red, and the nade coming in from Pixel over onto Paglu. So now Paglu needs to get picked back up. Termy trying to throw those nades down. Oh, it's a sticky bomb, trying to keep him from coming up those stairs, trying to give his teammate some time to get that res off and that heal. Oh, Termy goes down to the nade from Marco, but Snorlax trying to hold him off as they come up and around. Snorlax up to 2 eliminations on this push. And now let's see what's going on over here. We do have Supreme across the way and Void in a fight over here with Wick from the Homeless. So now let's check in on what Supreme is doing as they are fighting to get their teammates back into this match. So let's see what else is happening. Let me go ahead and put that map screen back up and show you guys where we are. We got Vatic down here in a fight. Let's get that last match top fragger on the screen. We do have the Silver Spurs right on the outside of where Blaze is camped out at the moment. Oh, the Apex Predators. Homeless taking out Void. So now the Apex Predators are down to just Supreme. Supreme is going to have to pull on out of that compound and try to get to one of those recalls to get his teammates back into it. Beep beep telephone pole. Alright, let's go. Let's see what else is happening, because we do have Vatic still down towards the center zone, and our zone does pop again. So let's see what's going on with Homeless across the way. Homeless is coming right up and in onto zone 0 Zenith, and I see Tala right on top of that. And so hello everyone and welcome back. Look at these scores. The Silence at 48 total points. Not so good games, 42. F5 Esports, 42. And look at all of them going all the way down into the 30s. Now we've seen the last 4 matches in the 20s. So let's jump this last time with Team Entity Sadra, and Poseidon is the one taking care of the scores for us tonight. Haley is the one that's making sure that these run smoothly. Shout out to both of them for doing all the work behind the screen. So let me see. Team Entity, where is Sadra? That's not Sadra. There we go. And whoop. Let's get that screen up there, guys. Let's get that screen up there. And Team Entity Sadra. Sorry, Sadra. On the screen. Last second possible. Alright, here we go. Tonight's final match. Oh, sorry. We're coming in from just northeast of the Yasnaya area, by that upper bass mouth, all the way down over Mansion, Shelter, Farm, across the military base and out the military base docks. There is your flight path. Woo! Alright guys, here we go. Tonight's final map. And Poseidon has already said he will have these scores for us at the end of tonight. They'll be unofficial. These teams do have time to have discrepancies taken care of, but we will see what's happening. I see several teams headed over towards
towards the school and the Raz area. F5 was signed to God. They are all right on over there. Let's not forget F5 is tied for second. And look at Milta. Milta has several teams. They've got Rapid Moon over there. They've got Team Fate over there. They've got Team Mana over there. And the Arizils over there as well. Team Fate already getting one of the knocks. So now let's get on over here. Find out what's happening onto this as soon as our zone pops. And I don't want to stick with a blank. There we go. Let's see what's going on with Ninja. Ninja, right when we switch on over. And there is our first zone. Our first zone all the way over on that far western side. I don't think it was anywhere near the flight path. So now let's see where else are the rest of these fights going on. And it looks like it is mostly just down in here. So now we got blank on the screen again. Let me go over to one of them over at the different team. Right when we switch on over. So let's get some side by side Ninja going down. So now it is just down to Fate, to blank for Team Fate. Mana coming right up and over, but he's got Team 4, Rapid Moon, right across the way. And we still have all these teams over here in Milta. We still have 5 teams over here. And the Great Gatsby, we just saw one of the teams, 4 brothers, leave the Milta area. So our top fraggers over here, Smoker on that right hand side. Let's see what else is going on. The rest of this map, most of these teams have pulled away from each other. So now let me find one of them. Rapid Moon, the solo. He is right over here. Dill across the street from Team Mana. And we do have it. It looks like Arizil right in front of them, as well as the solo from Team 10, Team Fate, all the way over on the eastern edge. Smoker still pushing right up and in. Smoker's up to 2 eliminations over here in. Oh, there goes another one to 4 bros. And look at this. Coming right up and in front of Smoker. One of them is able to take him down, and I think Dill was able to get that elimination. And Dill, they are all looking at you now because you are stealing some of their loot and getting some of those eliminations. We still have Dill right up there. We still have Storm from Arizil as well. So now let's see Smoker getting ready to push up on Dill. We got the side-by-side action. Smoker coming right up and in onto Dill. Dill popping out, able to get Mr. K down with that pump shot, and he is coming right out and in. He had the S686, not 12. Oh my goodness! But Dill is still upstairs. He still has the UMP. He's gonna go on out. And Sicka boy, trying to get those shots over onto Dill. Can Dill get this off? Dill still on the outside with no helmet. Coming right up and in. Is he gonna be able to come up those stairs? He's coming up those stairs. Right onto Sicka boy jumping down those stairs. Woohoo! Dill with 5 eliminations. Let's go. Let's give him a squad wipe. What was that? Dill. GG's. But now we do have Blank pushing right up and over, as well as the solo from the area. Arizeel. So now let's get back over here and find out what else is happening as they're getting ready. Dill with the 686. And now we do have Sign to God with way up by that school area. Let's see what's happening with this because they are bringing in all sorts of teams. And I no longer see Sign to God. What happened over here? Look at this. Sign to God taken out by F5s. But now here comes Team Control. Let's stick with Dill for just a minute. He's got the DBS as the 4 bros. You can see the 4 bros coming in from the eastern side. We still have the two solos over here. One from Team Fate and one from Arizeel. So we have got the chaos going on. We are down to a minute 30 remaining in stage 1. We are only in stage 1 and we still have we're down to 13 teams. We've got Team Control also in a fight and Team Entity in a fight all the way at that cross. We have 4 teams over here in Milta. I don't want to move off of Milta, but we also have Dill with another Dill up to 6 eliminations, but Dill is now in the blue. He is severely hurt. Half health on both his helmet and his vest. He can hear those footsteps coming up right behind him. Just missing that nade. Just missing the molly. Oh, the molly finishes him off by Arizeel and the Great Gatsby. Are you calling your team? Are you calling your team, or are you going to go on in? Let's go. Let's see what else is happening, because we do have a storm against all of them from the 4 bros. Storm is right on over here. So now let me go see what else is going on. Team Entity is still not that far. Oh, and there he goes out. Let's go on down here to a Velocity. And while we do that, what I'm going to do is find another fight that's going on, because I saw another fight somewhere. Where was that? I think it's now a good time. Oh, I see Sigma. Sigma is coming up on the Titanfall. Right on the golf course on the other side of where we were. Look at this. Titanfall coming up right behind the Silence, and Sigma watching them right out the back. Velocity also on the other side of not so good games. You can see Blinky. They are down at that Western Bridge area. Silence going back up into that Pachinki area. So let me go ahead and head on down to Anuxify, and I will put the map screen back up there and give you guys an idea what's happening, because we're into stage 2 now. We're still going over towards that western edge. There we go. Velocity. Oops, I forgot to take that off. Velocity is right here on the other side, and that's a good game. So now they came right up and in onto Nuxify, and Nuxify trying to get underneath them. And so now Quack was a top fragger. Can Quack get across over to the rest of his team? We got Xenon at the top of the hill. Xenon trying to get those shots right on down into not so good games. So we'll watch Xenon for a minute while I try to figure out what is happening right on over here with Titanfall. Titanfall also in a fight in that golf course area. Oh, Titanfall going down. And so now jamming by, trying to get those shots up onto Team 8. Brick by brick. Brick by brick, able to get that elimination. But you can see that the Silence are now pushing right up and in onto the cool boy. The cool boy trying to get those shots right on down on top of the silence. It looks like they're going to go ahead and get pulled on back. Quack taken out by Kiddu. Kiddu was tonight's first top fragger. And now Xenon is the only one still standing for Velocity. And look at this, they're wrapping up and around. That is Lux driving right on by. And we still have the silence pushing right up and in onto brick by brick. Both of these players, both of them getting pushed up on by the teams. Not only does he have Lux right in front of him, but they still are right behind him. Let's see what else is going on right on over here with Relaxed. Relaxed so far away to be able to help Xenon trying to get away from the solo remaining Lux from not so good games. So it looks like Xenon's going to go ahead and wrap down and around, or Lux coming up. They just change in position. Let's get on over to Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend right over here with the 4 bros. Let me see some ICT right on top of this rooftop. So now the silence, somehow we got over under the silence because I cannot keep up with what is happening over here. Let's go on down here and find out what's happening. F5 over at that East Rise area. He's the last one still standing, jumping across the top of that squad house, getting pulled up on by teammate Entity. Oh, 2 down, but he gets found. Who finds you? It is Deep. And now Team Entity, all 4 of them will be able to go further into this match. We are down to the top 6 teams, and we are only in stage 2. Let me go ahead and put this map full screen up there, show you guys how much of this map we have left. For only 20 players remaining, 6 teams are still in this. Alpha 4 Legend on your screen, and our zone's getting ready to pop. In 14 seconds, we'll be able to know where we are going. But look at the cluster over here in those Gaka fields. We still have Team 19, the Chosen, coming on in. You can see Asta right there in ICT's vision. And here comes the Chosen. We're going over towards that Pachinki field, but you can see that we're still right here in zone. I have Alpha 4 Legend getting pulled up on by the Chosen. All these teams are coming right up and in onto this one stack. Look at all the teams coming right on into this area. Only Team Entity is out and about. Let's get some players onto this as they are all pushing right up and in to the chapstick area of Gaka. We still have all 3 of them standing for Alpha 4 Legend. The Chosen still trying to push on in from the other side. The 4 bros, Harame bro, is the last one still standing for the 4 bros. And so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get on over and get the Gatsby picked back up, because Alpha 4 Legend out driving right on past him. Hui K finding the great Gatsby, and look at this, the push. Oh, what a car spray. ICT taking down the Chosen. Chosen Asta right there in front of him. The Chosen down to JMBMF, and we still have the 4 bros over on the other side. Still down to just a solo. We still have 3 teams right over here in the chapstick area of Gaka. We've got the Silence right over in that Pachinki area, and we've got Team Entity coming in, and those are your 6 teams. That's all we have left on this map. We have four teams over here in the chapsticks. We got the Silence. The Silence not too far away, and Team Entity coming down as well. So they are all right in this area. Fooey K, ICT, Dizzy, and Bones. Look at this. The Chosen coming right up and in. What a nade! Asta coming into that nade right in through. And BMF right there in that ICT spray. ICT still taking those shots of BMF trying to get out and around. And he's going to end up driving right up and over. And I think that is Bones. Bones is over there in that direction. Let's see what's going on with the Chosen on this backside, because he is not too far away from a couple of these teams as well. So now let's see. We still have Harame Bro over in, oh, we have lost them now. We're down to the top 5 teams. So these teams are wrapping up and around. Let me go ahead and show you this map screen one more time. Show you where these teams are. Give you an idea what is happening. It looks like Team Entity, the Silence right there in that center. BMF coming around, and I am missing one team on this map. Oh, Velocity, Xenon, all the way down at the 12 pack, staying out of the way. And look at that, our zone pops. So all of these teams except for Velocity are already in zone. Team Entity up on the A, B, C, D hills. So now let's go. And we do have, oh, that was a rough push right into Team Entity. We do have deep up to 3 eliminations. So now let's see what else is going on the side by side. We got the Silence right over here, but we have Alpha 4 Legend there still coming up and in. Alpha 4 Legend, all 4 of them still standing, taking those shots. The Team Entity is deep, trying to get some of those sprays, trying to get some ideas of where they are. And we still have Velocity. You can see the Velocity is coming right up and in. And they're going to end up maybe even being seen over here by Sadra. Sadra, do you have that? He's got that spider senses going off, knowing that there are more teams pushing right up and along this way. Is Velocity wrapping around over to that western side. So here are your top 4. We have, there you go, guys. Team Entity, Velocity, we got Silence, and Alpha 4 Legend. Let's see what's going on with Bones. I feel like Bones may be able to see a couple of them. Yes, straight across. That is Sigma from the Silences. They were both out on this northern zone sweep. So they got that edge sweep going on. Look at that seat swap by the Bones himself. Oh no! Ooh, he's lucky. See, I would have been stuck right on top of that. Xenon made it all the way into the zone. Sadra right on over here. Do you know idea? He is trying to sniff out the Xenon. He knows that Xenon is not that far away. He can feel it, guys. He can feel it. But look at how far away these teams are staying from each other. None of them are ready to push up and in. We are down into stage 4, and let's go ahead and put this map up here, see where we are headed. We're going over to Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend getting the zone blessing. Now the shifts coming in from the Silence. Not too far away from Team Entity. Look at this. They are all starting to come in off these hills. The Pachinki Hills coming right on down, and Alpha 4 Legends still over here. Just taking all those shots there, coming right into them. We got deep taking all those shots across the way. Look at this. We'll go ahead and put them on the side by side. And the silence taking over the compound. Ooh, ICT, the Apador. The Apador did not like those shipments you were sending him. Alright, they're both trying to heal right back up, and look at that there. And they are still making sure that they do look at ICT's, his helmet, his vest. It is trash. He needs to go ahead and find some better equipment, some better gear, because the Emperor made sure that he destroyed as much as possible. Let's check over here, find out what the Xenon is doing. Xenon just barely on this ridgeline, but we still have Team Entity trying to push on down right into the silence. The silence are right down below them. And we still have Alpha 4 Legend in zone as well. Alpha 4 Legend just making sure that nobody comes over to their compound. Look at Entity Deep. That's a tree. Alright, let's see what the Bones is doing. Bones just hanging on out, watching for the push, ready for the push, getting ready for all of these teams coming their way, feeling that they are coming on down. We still have Emperor watching as, look at this, here comes the push, Sinatra coming up, and the horses, here they come. Sandra right on over here trying to get those shots through the window. Sandra was a top fragger tonight. Still coming right up and we're down to Nightroid. Oh! Team Entity up to 11 eliminations, taking over the house. The 2-stack from the silence. But look at Bones skirt across the way. So Sandra's the last one still standing at the moment. And Bones all the way across the way as here comes the rest of their teams. Let's see what's going on as Hui K comes right up and in to the molly that Sandra just threw straight on down the floor. So now Hui K right on down. Here comes a nade right up and over. And Sandra finding Bones out that window. That nade by Hui K getting Sandra down to about 5 HP. And just when he gets the heal up. And now here comes Xenon. Xenon pushing right up and in onto all of this. And now it is 1v3. 1v2. So now there are two still standing for Alpha 4 Legend, ICT and Hui K versus Xenon. Xenon right there in that house waiting for the push. Hui K with the nade up and primed. Here comes the nade. Right on through. Xenon smoking it out, getting those sight lines cut off from Alpha 4 Legend. Oh, here comes another nade. Xenon down to about half health. And let's check in on, look at that. Hui K doing the push. ICT out in the field waiting for the zone to come because Xenon, they are all outside of zone. ICT making it to zone. So now Xenon, what is your next move? You got Alpha 4 Legend headed over to that zone. You're gonna have to do something now, Xenon. What are you gonna do? They are out. They are ready. They are in that field, primed and ready for you. ICT, be the bush. What you gonna do, Xenon? Are you gonna deny the point? There are two players you have to deal with. They are snakes too. They are not gonna go down easy, though they were pushing right up and in onto you. So what is gonna happen next? We do have Alpha 4 Legend up to 6 eliminations, guys. This will be 7, so they will be at 17. I was right. 4 out of 5 matches over 20 points each. Z9, what you gonna do? Z9, are you gonna deny the point? Oh, denied! There it is. Alpha 4 Legend coming in first with 7 eliminations, 10 placement points, 17 total points. Coming in second, Velocity Z9 GG's with 4 out of the 6 points for Velocity. Coming in third, Team Entity with 12 eliminations. G Team top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, going all out. Rapid Moondale. Oh, what a fight over in Milta V. Squad White for Dill. GG, 6 eliminations, 845 damage. I will be right back. Poseidon said we will have these scores coming right up, so I will be right back with tonight's final unofficial scores. Be right back. Shifting around trying to get those shots right up and over, and here comes this Nade this day, and Nade could be devastating. Does it land? It goes just on top of Zone 0 Zenith. Just cooked a little too long for that throw. Alright, let me go ahead and scroll on in as much as I can to get as many of these teams on this map so that you can see where your teams are at the moment. They are just still moving. You know, it looks like Zone 0 Zenith is on that off angle, and now Dope going down on that play. So now, ooh, and I think we're in trouble over here. Wick is calling his teammates back. Dope and Man all the way up here in the blue, but they should be able to get on down and in. And so now one of the 7 deadly sins coming right up and in onto Vatic and the Silver Spurs. Oh, Nay going down. This is Team 9 Origins. Origins now down to just a duo. Slayer and Paradox coming trying to get away from the Silver Spurs and Vatic right across the way. Hello, Jack. Jack plays. Hello, welcome. Alright, so now let me go ahead and show you that map, give you an idea. We are still in that donut zone spot, so let's scroll on in just a little bit. I think I'm cutting off some teams. There you go. Give you an idea. We still have a couple of teams to that north side as well. And let's get back into this. We still have the Silver Spurs right across the way from Vatic. Both teams are being really quiet. But look at this. We do have Team 18, Fate Esports, pushing right up and into the Gujarat Lions. And not too far away, we still have Zoo in this as well. And Zoo is taking those shots right across the way, trying to get some of the. It is Jot over here. Jot trying to get those shots and trying to get out of the spray from Team Zeal. So Team Fate does get Gil knocked up on top of that. And let's go. Let's see what's going on with Derville. Hello, Derville. We do have one missing from the Gujarat Lions over onto this side, and our zone's getting ready to pop. Let me put that up there. And we are centering around Yulin this time, so a lot of these teams have to push on in. And don't forget that Vatic has been over here watching the Silver Spurs. Our last match top fragger, Blaze, still in position, just watching as the Silver Spurs are getting ready to come on out. So now let me go ahead and check in on where there might be some more fights. We do have
Another fight over onto this side as another team pushes right up and in onto the zone 0 Zenith from the top of that hill. Blaze letting them know that he is right there waiting for him, or misfiring. Hard to know which is which sometimes. And it looks like he's going to go ahead. They're going to go ahead and wrap around. But I do see another team coming up. That is Team 17 and 7. Not too far away. The Infinity Reapers. Look at this. Right in that mini map there. Coming right up and in. It is the Infinity Team 17, the Avalanche coming up right into this compound, and Blaze making sure that that does not happen. They are gatekeeping these teams from coming on in. Now it looks like Zone Zenith are still getting pushed up over in here by Salty from Phase 9, right underneath Alpha 4 Legend. Alpha 4 Legend just to that northern side of where they are. But they are, both of these teams are in zone. The Blaze is just on the outside of the zone, getting ready to shift on in, because this is stage 3, and they're going to have to start using quite a bit of those first aids. And let's go ahead and put that map up there, show you where they're coming on in. It is all coming from that southern side, coming right up and in. So now let's get on over to Alpha 4 Legend, get some ST on our screen. And it looks like Bennywall is now in a fight. Let me see if I can find Bennywall over onto this side. Let me see if I can find him really quick. And where is he? I have no idea. They are not where I last left them. Alright, so let's see. Team 8 now out in the blue, not too far away from Team 18. Sports coming on into zone as well, taking those shots across, and that was Homeless getting all those shots over onto Aura as he's trying to wrap around right next to Vatic. Vatic is right there in that compound. You can see Aura coming right to the south side of Vatic. So now let's see, where else can we go? We still have so much chaos going on. Let me get on over here to Team 16. The Homeless Esports still trying to push up and into zone. Still has quite a distance away from that zone. Let me see if I can. Here we go, guys. Are you ready to see these scores for all of you that waited for them? Thank you. And here it is. Coming in first, the Silence with 57 total points. Team Entity at 53 points. Look at all the teams. Look at all the 40s. Whew, these were such sweaty, incredible matches tonight, guys. All of these teams should be going. But these top 2 teams will be going to the finals on Tuesday. Come back Tuesday to find out who is going to be the winner of the North America's Best Stars Revival Tournament. Thank you everyone for coming out and supporting the North America's Best Stars Region 8. Each and every one of these players, these teams, and me, we all truly appreciate your support. Have a great night. Have a great week. Stay safe. I love you, and I will see you soon. Good night, everyone.